When last we left our heroes, Borky the Orc Barbarian, Remy the Kenku Fighter, Task the Kobold Ranger, Greckles the Kenku Rogue, and Panic the Tiefling Bard, the party took on a covert mission aboard a merchant vessel and made their way eastward towards the native orc tribe in secret. After meeting with Moidos and her Salticant company, the party continued on the Green Gully, a small yet charming merchant vessel. So as you guys are kind of bobbing in the ocean, the first thing I would like to do is Task. I would like you to roll a Constitution saving throw for me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I know what this is about.
Poor fucking K. Poor fucking K.
You've never been on a boat and you're small and you're police sick.
I live on the East Coast, thank you very much.
But not your character.
I guess. I fucking guess. Grandson of a Navy man, and this is my thanks. God damn it.
Yeah, the Task wasn't.
Con save, yes?
Con save, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. 12. You throw up. It doesn't affect you beyond that, but for the first 2 days of your guys' travel, Task for the first day especially, Task is like leaning over the boat and is just 5 shades less of red.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Panic will come up behind him and rub his back and hold his ears back.
Oh.
That's a good friend. That's a good friend right there.
It's okay, buddy. Just get it all out.
Okay, so I'm still not allowed to say things like pork or mutton, right? Or potatoes that are 2 days old.
No.
Okay.
2 days pass of this. And
straight vomiting for 2 days, huh?
Yeah. Welcome to my life.
Dehydration?
It's like that scene from Team America World Police outside in the alley.
For 20 minutes, just.
As you guys have stayed a few days on the Green Gully, a very tiny vessel, there's a few things you've observed. One of the things kind of being hired on is that you guys are an extra set of ears and eyes on the ship. Rotating out, one person usually is at the bow of the ship, kind of looking out, and there's also someone up in the crow's nest. Greckles and Task and Panic as well. The 3 of you are allocated towards the crow's nest. Borky, you're a little too big.
It's fine.
So they have you kind of on the bow usually.
Is Borky usually
Kiwi,
like sitting on the boat with his foot up, with his like hand above his eyes, like
This way!
Kiwi's lent you the eyeglass as well for you to kind of peer out.
Excellent.
Generally peaceful and calm and bobbing. Kiwi and Captain Clarence tend to keep kind of busy. They definitely have a lot of like navigation to deal with, so you see them kind of talking a lot. But beyond that, it's very calm. Your accommodations are a set of hammock beds in the whole of the ship. They're not the most comfortable, but they're not terrible. It certainly beats sleeping on the floor. And the swaying motion is kind of.
Can I roll for calling top bunk?
Roll initiative, I guess.
Oh, we're rolling initiative for who gets what bunk.
All right.
All right, here we go. Excellent. Finally, it's all that matters to me. That is a 21.
21, and you have advantage.
It's
too,
true, I do.
advantage
So
on
I will
initiative
definitely be
rolls.
getting, and that is a 17. I'll take the
So
21.
Anybody gonna fight for this, or?
I rolled just for the sake of rolling. I don't care.
22, bitch!
Oh! Borky, as you run to get in that top bunk, Panic beats you by miles. He just jumps and full body leaps into it.
Is it 2 beside 2, and someone has to sleep on the floor? Or is it like 5 stacked up in a row?
It's like if you walk into the hull of the boat, there's 2 on either side. So there's 1 above, 1 below, and then the opposite side of the boat, there's 1 above, 1 below.
Borky will take the one above on the other side.
Okay, you do. You guys.
Greckles is not there because Greckles would be chatting it up with Kiwi for the majority of the time they just got free and hopefully get some information about sea travel, the stars, and navigation and things.
Roll an investigation check for me for that.
Whatcha? That is a 20.
Kiwi basically kind of says like, oh, like, I leave the navigation up to like Captain Clarence. He's kind of like, oh, I just leave it up to the captain there. You know, he gets it all done. Kiwi is mostly observation, and he actually kind of takes control of the ledgers that they deal with more so.
Data management.
He's kind of data management.
He's more the ideas guy, really, actually.
Which as you kind of spend time with Kiwi, there's one piece of cargo that kind of freaks him out a little bit. Most of the cargo is in like what they look like normal crates, but they do look really refined. And as you guys, you have your detect magic spells to you. You guys don't see anything. Like they're completely sealed up. You can't see them. One of them is a coffin.
Oh.
Or coffin shaped at the very least. And Kiwi's just like, I'm not going near that one. Kind of just leaves it. If you would like, Greckles, you can roll an investigation.
As long as it doesn't get me in trouble. Okay. Is anyone else in the area?
It's just you and Kiwi.
Well, Kiwi, what do you think it is?
Hope it's not a body.
I hope it's not a vampire.
Oh, Fletch, don't say things like that.
I'm just messing with you, Kiwi.
It's
you get this-
werewolves.
Well, Kiwi, you run the ledger. What you think it is?
Oh, I don't know. I need to cross it off. I need to add it. Can you go take a look at it, see if there's a sticker or something on it?
All right, as long as I don't get in trouble or anything.
Well, you have my permission, as long as the captain don't chew me out.
You said it was an investigation?
Investigation, yeah. The save on this is pretty low.
The one
That's
thing
24.
Wow. Okay, as you're kind of going through it, the box is not like sealed. It's not like the other things where it's like wrapped up and sealed. So you can open the lid if you want or take a peek.
I kind of gesture over to Greckles gestures over to Kiwi, just like, is this okay?
He's like, hold on a minute, and he runs off. You hear like kind of the sounds of pots and pan moving, and he walks out with a piece of garlic. and he's just like, all right, we're good.
Do we got something that we can use for steak?
Kiwi's like holds up a pencil.
That's good enough. That's good enough. All right, 3, 2, 1.
You lift it up. Inside is a construct that's dormant and skeletal in nature. As you open it up, there is a scroll on top of it, and as you kind of open it up, it's just a simple, like almost like a shipping scroll. It says Artemis prototype number 002.
It's a bony looking construct.
Oh, it's one of those metal men. Okay, that's probably going to the Nerazman Collective. That's what that one is. He kind of scribbles off the name and then kind of takes inventory of everything else.
Why do I look so spooky?
Don't think he'll come to life, do you?
I don't know. I could poke him, figure it out.
Poke him, poke him, poke.
All
him,
right,
poke.
all right. I give it a poke.
All right, it's metal. It doesn't do anything.
Okay, you never know.
Roll a knowledge arcana.
Exactly. Oh, that's a
4. No idea.
You touch it, you get into power armor, you get in that animation.
We are sending it to the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Oh my god.
Thank you, Zito.
For the rest of you guys, and that kind of ends there. You guys kind of go about your business. As it is, the rotation is pretty standard. Generally, Remy, Greckles, and Borky, you're kind of on day rotation. Task, you are on darkest night because of your vision. The moment the captain learns about that, he's like, "You're fucking up in the crow's nest, and you're on that."
I would offer my services as a underwater burb dolphin. If you would ever need that.
The captain actually says not to do that because very often anything that is remotely seal-shaped will get eaten very quickly.
Oh, good.
Bull sharks! They fucking swim into fresh water!
Yeah.
What if that's my fetish after all has been said and done in this campaign?
All right.
Son,
All right, I'm
son,
going to bed. Good night.
Son, I'm gonna be on a boat with you for weeks. No.
Weeks? Oh god, we have no oranges. We're gonna have scurvy, and then we have to eat gripples. Or Greckles, sorry, I messed it up.
No, you're gonna have a fun time trying to do that, big boy.
All right, well, I'm gonna go into the hole. Remy, Ramus, Mr. Corbeau.
Aye, sir.
Could you do, your job? He kind of laughs and gives you a pat. He's a chill dude. Like, he's not, like, super irresponsible, but he's like, just gonna be hanging out with you guys. He's not gonna make you guys be stiff. And he kind of gives you a smack and then points up to the crow's nest. And he goes, if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, of course, sir.
Why they call it the
climb up to
crow's
the
nest if Remy or Greckles ain't a crow? And neither is Kiwi.
Kiwi kind of looks and goes, I think it's because it was invented by a crow kenku. But I
Oh,
think that's
that
just a
makes
story."
sense.
Yeah, what?
Yeah,
It's
it
just
does.
nods. Remy, roll a perception check with advantage. Oop, as I drop it.
Yay.
That hurts me in a small way, Monty. You have no
Dust
idea.
off the dice. 7.
I know. 7.
Oof.
As you, Remy, as you're at the top of the crow's nest and you're kind of peering out. Also, I'm sorry, Zito. As you're on top of the crow's nest and peering out, and you're just like, oh boy, and like the thing is swaying and bobbing. You feel like you're kind of panning the horizon, and then just suddenly a seagull flies into your face, just like bam. You get a mouthful of feathers, and the seagull's like and like kicks at you with like these webbed feet, and kind of gets snagged in your armor. You guys all look up as you see currently swinging is Remy with a seagull trapped in his armor. Currently being flailed around.
Is he? The best way to describe him is he Gmod flailing right now on the top of that crow's
It's
nest?
it's up to Remy at this point.
Is there a way to get this thing out of my armor?
Roll a handle animal.
Okay.
We're under attack!
21.
21. You expertly and like accurately, you grab the seagull by the beak, you grab the seagull by the legs, and you just pop it off of you, and you just throw it into the air. It's got a bald patch, but it kind of staggers and then takes off in flight. And as you do, you turn and then suddenly notice the large ship now approaching towards your guys' little ship. As you guys all kind of turn away from Remy, you see this massive vessel, probably about 4 to 5 times the size of your guys' own ship. The Green Gully's maybe a 12-person vessel at most. And you see on the front bow of it a just really tacky swan like motif. It's got this giant swan head, and as it kind of begins to pass by, you see it's got like wings painted on the side, and there's some etching. Remy, you can go ahead and make another perception check with advantage to attempt to read the writing.
24.
24. It says Rufus Crumblebum Love Boat in quotation marks.
Oh.
Rufus Crumblebum?
Weigh anchor!
Yeah.
I think now's a good time to have some whiskey.
Rufus Crumblebum.
Yeah.
Is Remy
Okay.
relaying this information?
I believe so, yes.
He would say there's this ship
Oh
and
my
there's this
god.
name.
Crumble bum off the port bow.
Rufus Crumblebum. I know who that is.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Borky looks at Panic.
Is that the guy who owns the...
He's the owner of the Romantian.
Weigh anchor! Weigh anchor!
We're not weighing anchor.
Damn it!
Belay that. Why?
It's a sexy ship.
You see, as you look up, you do see people leaning down from like kind of the deck, kind of looking down. They have like glasses in their hand, and
The
you see
theme song's playing as it goes by.
Yeah, you hear some music. You hear some.
The Love Boat theme.
Yeah. And it kind of makes its way by, and the captain kind of laughs and goes, "Yeah, it's exciting, but we got to focus on our mission at hand. Don't be afraid. It'll probably be docking in Alavas. It doesn't leave for a while. Part of Rufus Cumble." Jesus Christ.
Hey, Monty.
You walked into it.
I did.
I'm trying to. I didn't say anything. Does Remy know that name at all, or not even a little bit?
Roll a general intelligence check. The save will be pretty low on this because of your experience in the save.
Okay, 6.
That actually is enough. You need to get a 5. Rufus Crumblebum, you don't know him very well. You know he's a gnome, and you know he owns the Romantian, which is basically like the best brothel in Alavas. It's a very classy place.
Okay.
That is basically about all you know about Rufus Crumblebum at this point. And as the boat goes past you, it kind of creates its own waves, which the Green Gully then kind of bobs on and sways side to side. Tass, you kind of hold in your lunch like, and manage to keep it down, and then the boat begins to steady and takes off into the ocean. We'll probably pass a few ships on our way. The channel's pretty narrow for the most part, but most people tend to keep kind of in the center to avoid rocks and things.
Any sort of flags we should be on the lookout for?
Generally, we communicate using flags. I'm sure you've seen the ones that Kiwi has, and Kiwi does have a bunch of flags up there. You've noticed keeping watch. There's like a box full of them. Generally, it's the things under the water that are more scary than the things above the water.
So you're saying you've never had a run-in with pirates?
Oh, I've had a run-in with pirates before, but the nice thing about pirates is that if you parlay with them, generally you pay a bit of a fee and they let you through. They don't really want to fight. They just want easy money. And I always keep a little bit of easy money on hand. Plus, I'm friends with a couple of them. Not personal friends, but I mean, we've worked together. Not that I've done illegal work, but we were sailors.
Insight.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
You fucking pirate.
That's 13.
That's a 13.
If he claims he's a privateer, he's a fucking pirate.
That's just.
You get the sense he has not been a pirate. You don't get a sense, like, you get a sense this guy's fought before, but he hasn't, like, attacked people or anything like that. You get the sense, though, he has probably been like Welch and maybe had a bit of a history of maybe some illegal activity, which maybe is how he's got those connections. But he's, for the most part, the captain's pretty like straight. He's not like
He's Mr. Gibbs.
kind of, yeah.
Oh wait,
Except
yeah,
reversed.
that's a good comparison.
He seems to really like the work. He doesn't want to ruin his own career, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, he's pretty comfortable where he is. I think the biggest thing that you've noticed with him is that he loves that he has his own ship. That's the thing that he fucking loves. So yeah, no, he kind of laughs and he goes, "Just don't worry about pirates. If anything, we'll just talk to them." Most of them,
What will we talk about? Like, I mean, one time we stopped an air pirate ship.
air
Remy,
pirates are different. He turns to Kiwi and Kiwi goes, yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Remy wasn't there for that. Remy was off at the front. But we had an adventure that can only be described as a roller
Giant.
coaster. Yeah, giant. Yeah, it's good, Task. You feeling better, Task?
You know, actually, I'm feeling.
Second I say it.
Yeah. Panic, do you go and help him?
Yeah, rub his back.
Good.
They're there. Get it all out.
Friend.
Here's HM3. You can now surf.
Yeah. Excuse me, you mean cut, my friend?
Oh.
Fucking Gen 1ers, man.
Hey, old man, I killed the Raticate once. Did you see that?
What time is it?
At this point, it's about getting on to about lunchtime.
Okay.
As the water kind of bobs, the sun is unrelenting. It's a spring sun, like it's spring weather. There's a lot of a breeze because of being the ocean. But the water is just kind of bobbing. There's generally a lot of nothing, to be honest. Like, even then, the captain has provided books and things for you guys to read, and there's like places where if you guys want to like train and practice, you can.
Is there a
definitely
place for
train.
Borky to do push-ups?
Oh yeah, you can
Okay.
totally do that on the
He's
on
doing
the
a
deck.
lot of push-ups and bridges.
Yeah, Panic on his downtime would probably be entertaining the crew with jaunty sea shanties.
Hell yeah. You guys play music, do that sort of thing. Remy, you are up in the nest. You are going to switch off with. Let's see who's in next in the order. Ooh, that is going to be Task. You're up next.
All right.
So as you kind of make your way up there, I want you to roll another perception check.
Do I got that spyglass?
Yes, you do. So you have advantage.
Radical.
Ooh.
Nat 20.
Natural 20. As you're looking and spanning out in the ocean, your eyes, you kind of look down at Borky, who's doing push-ups, and you're just like, yeah, that's perfect form. You're just kind of like, yeah, that's good. Like from your quartermaster training, you're just like kind of appreciate.
Never be too big.
It's true.
But as your eyes trail from the ship, you catch something, and then you kind of like stop and look back and do a double take. You currently see climbing up the side of a ship a humanoid form currently crawling.
Our ship?
Like, yeah, your guys' ship.
Oh shit.
Someone's climbing on the ship! I scream it out and I point my arrow down at it.
Immediately, Captain Clarence pulls out a blade. As you
Yep,
watch,
weapons out.
okay, you guys pull out your weapons. Borky, are you up?
Borky just pulls out his axe. He doesn't pull out the actual big blade yet.
Okay.
Greco, actually, I wanna hide really quick if that's possible.
Yeah,
Behind
absolutely.
a
There's some
barrel or
barrels.
something.
Yeah, you can hide behind some barrels. Some rope
That
barrels.
is, oh damn, it's 11.
It's not terrain you're used to, so you just
Yeah.
kind of like duck, but you kind of knock over a bucket, and then you kind of just peek out between like
And
your
I'll-
boot peeks out between the two barrels.
If whatever this thing attacks, dart it immediately.
Okay. As you guys do, you watch as this form kind of just slips and slides onto the deck, and you see a humanoid form, and everything's pretty much the same as like a humanoid. There's webbed fingers, but the head is a moray eel,
Oh god.
Oh, sick!
and it kind of slides onto the deck. And as it does, Captain Clarence immediately sheaths his blade. Boss, go! Immediately he sheaths his blade and he kind of laughs, and you watch as this Triton that you now recognize as a Triton, approaches you guys, dressed in very plain clothes, no shirt, a sash dripping wet with water now, and baggy pants. Feet are bare. You can see the webbed feet, kind of claws and whatnot. And the face is that of a moray. And it's got a very elongated neck, almost giraffe-like in nature, as it kind of swivels and turns towards all of you.
Is
And
he
as it-
opening his mouth? Is he closing and opening his mouth at a monitor?
He's like claps close because he immediately sees all these people with weapons, and he's just like stops, like kind of confused, like. And as you guys see him, what do you guys do?
I guess stay hidden, but ease a little.
Hello?
You watch as you say hello, and I'm assuming you sheath your weapon, Panic, if you even.
I never drew it.
Yeah, you have your guitar. You watch as he kind of turns to you and goes,
Beg pardon.
And the captain kind of turns and goes, "Oh, it's not a problem, not a problem. Do you guys want lunch?"
Is this some sort of lunch delivery person?
Yeah, this is Murray.
Huh.
Your
Oh.
Uber Eats is here.
Captain,
Beecher-
Captain, if I may ask, what is a Murray?
Murray is a Triton, a chef, traveling chef. Yeah.
I see.
Are all the chefs in Alabas just super fucking weird?
Their Gus was normal.
They're all fish.
With,
Except
Gus-
Macaw.
with all
was
due
normal.
respect, Panic, and Remy's gonna look you over, tiefling and all.
Ooh.
Wow. Racist
Just
much?
Like what you see, Buster?
I'm just saying, we're not exactly the most normal-looking things either.
Speak for yourself.
Fair. That's fair.
Anyway, what exactly is on the menu, Captain?
If you pay him 5 gold pieces, you guys get a fishing rod, and you get to basically cook whatever you catch. You watch as Murray pulls out of his pocket this orb, and he kind of like gestures for you to move back, Borky, like from where you're doing your push-ups. He's kind of just like,
All right,
kind of.
cool. Borky sheaths his
You guys-
weapon. Okay.
You all back up. He places the orb on the ground, and in like a puff of smoke, you hear this rattling sound, like almost like a dinner trolley, like rushing through like a parking lot. And you see a fully functioning kitchen with everything primed and ready to go. There's like a charcoal grill. There's boiling pots of what looks like soup stocks and things. You see various utensils, knives, buckets of fresh water. It just suddenly appears before you. And he kind of picks up the orb, which is now completely empty, and he pockets it, and he kind of rubs his hands together and goes over and grabs a stack of fishing rods, about 30 of them, and just kind of puts them down, and then pulls open like a what looks like kind of like a jar, and then he kind of chink chink kind of shakes it around and then puts it in front of you guys, like basically like pay.
Borky's already got his 5 gold out.
While he's doing all that, can I go ahead and ritual cast Oh wait a minute, no, I don't have that spell anymore. Never mind.
Yeah, you don't have comprehend languages.
But you do have something else. Somebody
We
should
gave.
have it.
You gave that to Zotira.
We gave that
Oh
to
gosh,
Zotira, dude.
darn it!
Sorry, dude.
Meanwhile, somewhere back at the Sweet Dragon, and this is a. Anyway,
Well done, Monty. Well
Yeah.
done.
I had to.
I felt
All right.
so shocked.
I have a question. I'm still in the middle of work. Am I able to do this as well?
Kiwi will take over for you.
Okay.
As you, because Kiwi kind of looks and goes, I don't have the money, and he goes up to the top. As the rest of you guys basically come down.
Yeah.
The captain's not particularly interested in it. It's something you get the sense that like with Kiwi and the captain, they get visited like every single time. So it's something they've kind of tour. It's kind of a touristy thing. You get the sense of. But the captain seems eager for you to try.
Greckles will totally drop some money and grab a
I'll
rod. and go
Borky
for
does
it.
as well.
I'll drop
What-
$5.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Greckles? Okay.
Why not?
I want you to roll a d20 flat, no stats, for me to see what you get.
Was
Oh,
it
buddy.
Was it 5 gold?
All right,
It was
I want to
5.
say right now, if there's like a high or low and it's like a kraken or an aboleth, you are grounded, Missy.
It's not my fault. It's the ocean.
That's a 14.
I mean, to be fair, that's a good point.
You
All
pull
right.
up a mermaid.
You cast out your line and you dip it for a while, and you begin to feel a tug, like
Okay, just yank it immediately. Try and actually snag the hook on
All right.
it.
You yank it and it gets taut. Like it's like twing, like immediately, and then the fighting starts. You begin to struggle, and you guys watch as Greckles is kind of pulling the fishing rod, his talons deep inside of the wood of the deck, as he's being pulled towards the edge of the boat. Does anybody help him?
Yeah,
Someone
I get up and I put him in a full Nelson. I start dragging him back.
Okay.
Oh my God, he's got him in the master lock.
Panic. Actually, Greckles, I want you to make a strength check with advantage.
Borky, get over here!
1 second, I'm reeling in my line.
17. You're not fishing yet!
No, but I want to pretend that he is.
17.
I saw a worm on the end of my
Okay.
hook and it looked good.
Alrighty. As you are fishing up, you immediately see another fishy humanoid form get yanked from the ocean and crash land onto the boat deck.
Oh my
as
God.
a disgusting eldritch-looking abomination comes out of the water. I need everybody to roll initiative.
God damn it, buddy!
We're rolling sanity.
Wait, actually though?
Yeah.
Damn it, Greckles.
You
What
caught a
did I
pirate.
say? What did I say? What
I
did I
lost
say?
5 gold for this.
You spent 5 gold to get us into initiative.
Hey, we can.
Point that out.
Hey, we can cook and eat this. I don't.
19.
21 and
16.
15.
I'll take 21.
Oh, I
God,
forgot
it's
to
been a
roll
while
initiative.
since we've done it's been a while since we've done combat.
Natural 20.
Wow, okay.
You might want to save that, buddy.
Panic. And then we have Task.
Oh, I
And we
rolled
have...
21.
Borky got 21.
Yeah, Panic got a natural 20. 24. Panic's first. Borky, Task.
Okay.
And then we have... Greckle?
The heck is that?
I'm gonna eat this bitch.
And then we have Remy. Yay! I'm gonna keep the captain and Kiwi out of this combat just for the sake of time.
Okay.
And a little initiative for your friend who you just pulled out. He got last. That makes a lot of sense, though. All right, you guys watch as the thing. Its gills kind of flare up, and it begins to kind of like swipe wildly towards you guys.
What does it look like?
It looks like a human that the sea has grown over, and it basically has just accepted it. It's got barnacles attached to all of its skin. It's got different fin pieces coming out, bits of coral on its face, and like just this really sort of like, you know how fish frown really heavily, just naturally. It's got that going on too, and it's slimy and it stinks. Like it's just reeks of ocean. Panic, you are up first as immediately this thing slams into the deck.
So this thing doesn't look like a Triton, is what you're saying.
No, it does not look like a Triton.
Shit.
Roll a knowledge arcana.
Okay. Natural 1.
That's a natural 1. That's the weirdest fish you've ever seen in your life. Looks delicious.
Hmm. Let's kill it.
All right.
Not really a lot I can do. I guess I'll just look at it as its gill start and be just like, oh god, you are one ugly motherfucker.
Okay. Okay.
That's not a
wisdom
DC
save.
11, by the way. I don't know why that says that.
Yeah, we have to keep fixing that. It's weird. What is the DC though?
16.
That's,
More like vicious mockery.
it actually got a 17.
Fuck!
Yeah, plus 0, so it passes. Does it take half damage or no?
I think it takes no damage.
Okay.
Ah.
It like you talk to it and it kind of turns to you. It doesn't seem to understand what you're saying, and the magical effect seems to have no effect.
Hmm.
That brings us to that's gonna bring us to Borky next. Task, you're gonna be up after that, so get ready. Borky, you're up.
Real fast. What do I have to roll to just pick him up and throw him back into the ocean?
That would be a grapple check.
Okay, one sec. I had to refresh. I have to refresh here actually because Connor's icon still shows previous character. I might have to reload.
okay.
I might have to reload Roll20 entirely here. Sorry, it's not.
Yeah, just refresh it real fast.
Yeah, it looks like.
Don't click out of it. Just refresh.
I
mean, either way, it's
it failed, unfortunately, so I have to reload into it now.
Okay.
I do apologize, guys. 1 second here.
No, you're fine.
You're good.
I Roll20 is not
Can't
moving.
believe.
Roll 20's down. It says to me.
Oh,
What?
What?
Yeah,
Really?
it's I pressed.
Oh
you guys see me
no.
move?
Yeah, we
I
can
can
see
see you moving.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're moving. You're good. Okay, well,
What do I have to? Can you roll for me then, Monty?
yeah, I will.
Oh,
I will roll
I mean,
for you.
hold on. We might be in it.
Okay.
Wait for it.
We might be in it.
Oh, it actually just kicked me out with a
Oh,
gateway
well, there goes-
timeout.
I think roll 20 had a little bit of a hiccup.
Roll
I'm
I think
20.
it's a
scared.
hiccup.
Roll 20's beached.
Yeah, I just got a gateway timeout screen.
Yeah,
Good
try.
job, roll 20.
Everybody who's still in the game, you can see me moving around still.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah,
you're
Correct.
still-
Yeah, you're good.
Hmm.
I've been moving the tokens, so it's.
Thanks,
not-
roll 20.
All right, can you roll for me, Monty, for the purpose of getting this going? Borky would like to pick up.
What is your camera on currently on the screen?
It is currently on the different kinds of games.
Okay, shut it down. Turn it off.
The whole.
Hide. No, just hide it.
Okay.
Just get my face back up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
put it on like a fan art reel or
Put
something.
it on an image of some kind, for now. All right, Porky. You're gonna want to do an athletics check.
Okay.
So you have rolled a 23.
Good grief.
And he has rolled a 6. So you like go up behind him and you grab him and you kind of arm lock him. That takes your action as your movement. Do you want to move him to the edge of the boat?
I just want to push him off. I just want to push him with my hands. Just...
Unfortunately, the position that you're in, you can't push him. If you were to push him, you'd push him right into Remy. So you grab him and you pick him up and you have him over towards the other side of
Yep.
the ship.
All right, if you don't want what you caught, you throw it back.
Porky says.
I do want it.
Why?
I want to eat that thing. I caught
It
it.
smells like shit when you cook it. It's gonna taste like shit.
Just smells like fish.
Task, it is now your turn as you're watching Borky arm lock this thing. Tax will have disadvantage.
Ah, damn it, because I was gonna fucking do entangling strike, so at least we net it.
Well, that's a spell.
That's fair.
He has to hit though, I think.
I have to.
It would be touch AC, so it wouldn't be the same.
Oh.
Let me double check.
If that's even a thing in 5e, sorry, I'm still in 3-5 mode.
No,
Yeah,
it's all
you and
good.
me
Let
both,
me,
brother.
let me take a look.
I
Here.
thought it was hit with weapon.
It is. Yeah, it's a hit a weapon with a creature with a weapon attack. It has to succeed on a strength save. So it is if you hit it with the bow.
The problem is that I'm.
What the spell attack? would
I'll
be
tell you
called?
what, here's what you do. Just a suggestion for the sake of expediency. Ready an attack if the thing breaks free.
Yeah, sure. Ready to attack if it breaks free. Gonna throw an attack on this thing.
Okay, Greckles, you are up next. You are right next to the creature as Borky has shoved it towards your direction near the side of the boat where you pulled it out from.
I want to eat this thing. Can I sneak it? Can
Yeah, you can stab it. It's currently
Yeah.
being grappled, so I would say with disadvantage because it's kicking and screaming, and Borky's also present. So
Greckles doesn't care. He wants to eat this thing.
The curved part of its butt.
Oh, let's see here. Where's Kajikiti at? Oh, this new. We haven't done combat in so long, guys.
I know.
I just got. It now shows tweets from Roll20. We're expecting a slowdown in the site performance. We're investigating the cause and looking into possible solutions. We will update you as soon as we have more info.
Okay,
Oh, goody.
we'll work. We can work with this.
Yep, we'll make it work.
And Kiat!
Okay.
That's a double
17?
17.
That will hit. Yes.
All right. Let's see here. So that's 18 plus. Give me a second.
Roll your sneak attack because Borky is right there.
I believe it's 4 now.
I don't think so.
Are you sure? I'm.
I will double
Let me.
check.
I can grab the rogue file.
I think that's next level. I'll just double check super fast here. Your 7th level. Oh yeah, no, you're right. It is 44. My bad. Yep, 44.
Okay, hang on a second. Minimize things. Okay. Yeah.
That
Got
is
him.
9 points additional damage. That's wow. He's not doing so good. That's 16 plus 9. That's gonna be 24, 25. Wow. You stab this thing in the side of its gills, and it just starts bleeding out, and like starts kicking and flailing.
Ah!
It is not in a good mood. That brings us to you, Remy.
God Gosh darn it. All right, I'm just gonna ready an attack and move closer.
Okay.
Oh, I'm getting back in actually. Just to let you guys know. So try again. Try again, Kurt.
Try again, Kurt.
It just failed.
Try it again
Damn it.
regardless.
Try it again right now.
Yeah, I am.
But yeah, so Remy will move there and he'll ready an attack if the thing breaks free
Okay.
of Borky's grasp. So that's his turn.
Okay. Borky, is now the sea spawn's turn. Oop, I just said what it was. Oh, that's a natural one. It like squirms and gets more caught up in you as it tries to get free. Panic, it is now your turn. It cannot move, so.
Panic, grab his feet.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna run over to the opposite side of this thing, and I'm going to help Borky lift it up, and we're gonna triple power bomb this thing.
Okay.
Into the
You help it
ocean.
lift it up. That ends your turn there. Borky, it is now your turn.
I wanna, with Panic's help and lifting up of the sea spawn, I wanna throw it back into the ocean.
Okay, you guys just like throwing your brother or sister into like a pool. Like you grab one arm, you grab the legs, you guys swing, and you're just like hut hut huh, and you hear as the thing sinks. You see blood begin to surface on the water as the Triton chef kind of blinks a couple times and just kind of shakes its head and shrugs. And that will end our combat there.
All right, Borky, that means you gotta pay an extra 5 to get me something to eat.
How about instead what I catch, I will share with you because I'm a good friend.
I mean, you still got the rod. I mean, I look over to the eel, and it was like, does that count?
The eel nods.
Yeah, see?
Don't know what to tell you.
Borky, you're fishing for 2 now.
I'm fishing for-
Greckles pouts and goes to go sit and huff.
Your feathers foof up and just kind of like you sit on a barrel.
So disappointed.
Who would like to go next?
Borky, for purposes of story, Borky will go next. Roll me a d20 if you would be so kind.
Just a straight d20 for sure. Alrighty. You got a 10.
10.
Oh, Jesus. Oh boy, this is good. Borky, as you go to the edge with your fishing rod.
Cut it real fast before. Can Borky just be like slowly?
It's important, Panic, to slowly just, give it a little bit of line. And you never know what you could catch.
Immediately something snatches while you're just trying to lessen the rod, and you're like slammed into the side of the ship, your shoulder checking, you feel a crack. You guys watch as Borky is just like full on his feet are on like the edge of the boat, and he's like almost 90-degree angle with the fishing rod as it's just being whipped side to side and side to side.
Greckles immediately jumps up to go help.
Panic sort of watches this scene happen, and he looks at his hook to see what kind of bait is on there.
Tass looks at his fishing rod. He's just like, I kind of don't want to do this anymore.
You'll all notice that Remy hasn't even gotten one. He's just sitting there.
The captain comes over and grabs you as well. As you're being grabbed, Borky, you hear a clang, and your line just flies through the air. It looks like the hook has been taken off. You got the one that got away.
Oh.
This is a really good use of our money. There.
Borky throws another $5 down one more time. One more
Who
time.
wants to go next?
I
Who
guess
wants to go next?
I guess I will. I'll roll
Okay.
on D&D's dice roller and screen cap it to you, so I'm not fucking.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you taking money rolling?
I can
Yeah,
just
just
roll
let
it for
Monty
you,
roll
too.
it.
Oh well, okay. I rolled the 12, but yeah, sure.
Okay, we'll go with the 12. This is fun. Task. As you're
You
watching-
said that every
yeah.
time.
All of them are pretty fun. Task, as you go and you kind of you're watching as Borky is screaming and being grabbed by 5 people and his line gets snapped. You're just kind of calmly fishing, and you do feel a bite, and you feel it kind of dart side to side, and you kind of begin to reel in. As you do, as you kind of reel it in, you're kind of being jolted side to side, and you bring up a squid, a decent sized foot-long squid. And as you bring it up, it's like squirting ink everywhere. It's kind of missing you and kind of flipping around with its tentacles. And immediately the Murray kind of looks up at you and kind of waves their hand and holds open their hand.
Task will take the line, hold it up a little bit so he's not dragging across the floor, and hand him the squid.
Okay. He immediately like just fast as that, he takes the hook off and kind of hands it back to you. He lays down the squid and he takes basically a stick and he just hits it over the head, and you watch as the squid changes color.
Whack.
Yeah, like just it's instant, just dead. And you watch as
Time to admit the anesthetic.
Now that's what I like to see.
Oh
watch-
no!
Good callback.
Oh no!
you watch as the squid actually changes color as it dies naturally. And as it does,
Naturally.
yeah, I mean it's what it actually does. You watch as as the chef begins to actually like rip it apart. It grabs like the big kind of squid part that actually what propels the squid. He grabs that part and he grabs the tentacle part and he just twists and rips them apart. And as you do, like a bunch of ink comes out and guts and what have you. He reaches inside of the fin and pulls out this large, almost knife-looking, like clear bone from the inside, and he kind of offers it to you, Task, to take a look at.
Task will take it. I mean, I'm not gonna. Task is not one to throw away a trophy. Hooray!
It feels like plastic, and it's like completely see-through. It's kind of like this warped, sort of like cloudy white color. It's
Translucent cartilage.
Yeah, and as he does, he begins to like take the fins off and begins to skin it, and then flips it inside out and begins to clean it on the inside and the outside. And he kind of slaps that to the side. Then he starts just like super accurate, like surgical precision, taking apart the beak, the eyes, everything. And then you watch as he begins to take the fin part and begins to slice these giant rings. And he's got like this box of batter that he opens up and he kind of dusts all the pieces in. He drops them all into a fryer that he's had primed, and he brings them out and kind of like tosses some of the oil and puts it all into this really nice, simple metal bowl. And then he makes a broth of soup and he basically puts the rest, like the living squid, on top. And he like pours the sauce on top and it begins to move. And he hands off this bowl of soup to you and what would be calamari to you with a dipping sauce.
Neat.
Oh.
Is this underwater cooking, Mama?
Kind of, yeah.
That's
This
the
is
old.
this is actually a food. This is pretty much a food truck, but he swims.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
As you, I assume you eat it. It's
Yeah, of course I do.
the calamari is crispy. Like the moment you bite through, it's crispy and it's so fresh. Like you can't get fresher than that. It's chewy. It's delicious. There's a bit of a salty tang of the ocean. The dipping sauce has a bit of a kick of spice to it. The soup is a very, very thin broth. It's very light. And as you eat the moving squid part, it's super weird. You're not opposed to eating things that are kind of still moving, but it's still a weird sensation as you feel it kind of like just moving around and in sort of this like not in a survival way, but just a natural nervous system sort of way. As you eat, you are completely contented. And Murray gives you a thumbs up. So you've had your lunch.
I nod to him sagely. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, that looks so good.
All right. Panic.
All right. Panic has not fished a lot, but he will give it his best try. He throws his line out.
Okay.
Just a d20.
Just a straight D20.
10.
Can you roll it again?
18.
18. Oh.
A whale. A whale just comes up out of the water.
I think I got one.
You get a mermaid, but it's a man.
As the boat is coasting and you're kind of dipping your rod in, it takes you a while, but eventually you don't get like a sudden dart of movement, but you feel something heavy on the line all of a sudden. And you're just like, oh, like as you're kind of pulling it in, you're like trying to keep it up. It's not fighting you, it's just heavy, whatever it is. As you kind of pull it and pull it and pull it up, eventually you realize you've caught a rock. And you kind of bring the rock over and dump it onto the deck. But on this rock are a whole lot of mussels
Ooh.
that all kind of close. Yeah, on the
Wait
line.
a second. That's not a rock. That's a rock lobster.
Dwayne, is that you?
It is not Dwayne. It is just a small rock.
Wayne.
Hollywood's
Oh, yeah,
Dwayne Johnson.
we met a
I love you.
We met a Galabdur named Dwayne.
He's a fan.
He's a huge
I
fan.
love you. I love you.
As you put it down, what do you do?
I'm like, and I look at the mussels. Are they in shells?
They're in shells. And as you are just kind of thinking about it, you watch as a Triton hand grabs it and begins to just easily just pluck and pull every single one of the muscles off and toss it into some water to start washing them, essentially.
Panic is
and, like,
fascinated by this process.
yeah, they throw in some salt and like all the muscles open up and you see a lot of the grit and the dirt get out. And you watch as he begins to saute them in this large kind of cooking pan, kind of like stir fry style. And he adds in wine. He adds in a bunch of other herbs and spices and things. And on the other side, you watch as he opens up and he's got an entire bowl full of noodles. And you watch as he takes those out, gives it kind of like a cream sauce, and then adds in the mussels and kind of garnishes it with parsley. And he hands off this mussel pasta to you with a fork.
Borky goes, do you know someone by the name of Ty Borpington?
He kind of shakes his head.
Oh, I think you two would get along quite famously. But I realized that
Oh my god.
Is it good?
Smells so good.
As you bite into it, it's creamy. It's got that little bit of that zest from the wine. You don't know what type of wine it is, but it's super. It's got a really refined taste. The mussels are not chewy. They're very, very like they're so palatable. They also have that saltiness of the ocean, but there's no grit. There's no shell. It's all super clean, easy to just take out of the shell and then chuck the shells over the side of the boat. You are very satisfied with your meal.
Oh, you guys. We got to go fishing for our meals more often. Hey, Murray, how often do you go into the city? With your hands, dude. Like often? Is this hand not that often? Is the other?
He forms a 0 with his fingers.
Oh, never go into the city. That's a shame.
He got us.
Guys, we got to go on more boat rides. This is fantastic.
I thought you said more bloat rides, and I went
Bloat rides?
Oh,
No.
what?
No,
How much wine was in that food?
That's what I'm saying.
Rufus Crumblebaum ship just passed us. That sounds like more his thing, but
Well, I would have enjoyed my food if someone had thrown it overboard.
Maybe we can get one more do-over. Maybe we could get a do-over together.
Put down another 5.
For them?
Yep.
Okay. Who wants to go next? Remy, do you want to go?
No, he's got his own rations that he can eat. He's fine, having seen what just had transpired.
Okay.
Bosco. I
Yeah.
know, not Bosco. Whatever your name is.
Yeah, hold on now. Yes, I'm here now.
Oh, he said with Bosco. He's very famous
Hello,
in the
yes,
acting
I'm in
district
this
of
show
Halifax.
now.
I don't know. I just had a really good meal, and
Panic,
there
I
was
guess,
a place.
Panic,
there was a
Panic, I
place
just want to say I'm a
in
big
Arcadia
fan.
there was a place in Arcadia that sold these things called Bosco sticks, and I don't know, man.
Dude, yeah, you've been to my shop. Nice to meet you, dude.
Oh,
God, we're getting
anyway.
existential.
Anyway,
here.
Remy, are you sure? Are you sure, Remy?
I'm quite sure, actually.
Oh, come on. And the captain kind of smacks you on the back. It's pretty fun.
Fun until someone's pulled overboard, looking at Greckles.
Hey, I can survive it. I can go get you if it happens. Remy.
Don't
Remy.
Remy.
Porky, you're not helping.
I know I'm going to regret this. All right, Remy, I'll grab a stick.
Okay.
I'll put that on your tombstone.
Roll just a flat d20 for me.
Why can't you just let him be say 11?
11. Oh, this one's really good.
You just said that about me.
I'm excited. Shut up. Remy, as you are just like, oh God, and you put the fishing rod in, it takes a while, but then you immediately get something and it's heavy, whatever it is. And you can feel it fighting you as you're kind of like keeping, it's not pulling you overboard, but it's definitely big. And as you're kind of holding it, the captain's like, okay, easy up. Now start reeling it in, reel it in, pull, reel it in, pull.
All right, I'm trying.
You're fish. You got to catch it. And you reel it in. And you watch as Remy pulls up with all of his strength and you see this large tuna just flop into the air and then immediately crash into the boat. And the moment it begins to like flop around and kick and like it knocks over some barrels and it's just kind of flipping around and his gills are kind of flaring up.
Can I kill it to put it out of its misery?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
It's going to be, Remy is just going to real quick sword head off.
Yeah, roll to hit.
Oh boy. I can't even.
Nad one.
No,
Nad one.
could you? Don't do that. Let me get out of my bio for a second.
Now you know how it feels to be me, Bosco.
Hang on.
Oh wow, yeah, 25. No,
Yeah.
you jab that thing like right through the side of the head, like right where the
Cool.
brain would be, and immediately it just flop, 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 flop. It stops. As it does, you watch. You didn't realize, but Murray has snuck up behind you and scoops up the fish. And immediately, you guys watch as he brings out this giant sword. Like it looks like a sword, but it's actually a knife. And he begins to carve and cube the tuna, like with accurate precision. You watch as he brings out a large metal bowl and puts all the tuna inside. He adds a bunch of different, almost like kind of like vinaigrette-esque kind of things, different kind of like maple sort of seasonings and almost like caramelized sort of flavors to it. And like a bit of onion and a bit of like zest to it with some orange and whatnot. And he just the tuna just raw. He just mixes all of that together and he just hands you the bowl. No utensils. He just hands you the bowl of the raw fish.
Oh, that looks fantastic, Remy.
They shine like jewels. The tuna just is shining like jewels, and it's red and looks very succulent.
Hey, Greckles, isn't this some stuff similar to what you like to eat?
Roll knowledge. Actually, Greckles, roll knowledge history because this is not Eastern Isles food.
Oh.
No.
Damn it! I was about to make a.
That's
fucking
17.
This is Patello Island food,
Oh.
which is where Digby's from.
This is actually food from where our boy Diggs is from.
Oh,
What is
Really?
Yeah,
What is it?
Patello Island.
Would you like some?
Are you not gonna eat that?
Remy's gonna offer it to Greckles.
Oh, dude. God's bless you, good sir. And Greckles just immediately just like face first into it.
You take one and you bite it, but you don't even bite into it. It just melts in your mouth. And there's this almost like creamy caramelized like sweetness, but it's not too sweet where it overpowers the fishy flavor. It's almost like a maple glaze on salmon, and it's cold and it's fresh, and you just bite piece after piece. You get a bit of a kick of the onion. It's delicious. And Remy, it looks really good.
You don't happen to have any utensils, do you, Captain?
The Murray kind of shrugs and hands you a fork.
Dude, it's so good. You gotta try it. Oh.
I guess using the fingers then.
Okay, you take it with your talons and you bite into it, same sensation. It immediately just melts in the mouth and it tastes so, so good. And as you guys eat and eat, it just disappears. It's gone. And you're kind of looking for more. You watch as Murray is like cutting up the bones, and you watch as he puts it kind of off to the side and probably for a stock of some kind later on for his own recipes. Yeah, you are very satisfied with your meal.
Borky sits there looking at the ocean. I want to eat food.
Is there enough to give Borky a piece of this?
No, Borky's
Yeah, you
gonna
can give
try
him a
one more.
piece.
Borky can try one more time. Maybe is that
Yeah.
allowed?
Yeah, you can try one more time.
Borky just grabs the rod, and Borky believes. Can you please roll for Borky?
I will roll for Borky. Borky. Oh wait, I'm just rolling a flat d20. What am I doing?
Yep.
How am I going to your sheet? Borky got a 2.
Oh,
Okay.
2.
Hey, this is gonna be. Oh, this is a fun one.
No, she sounded despairing, guys. This isn't good.
It's not okay. You know what, Bosco?
A Kraken shows up.
Yeah, now it's getting
A Kraken shows up.
Remy gets food poisoning. That's crazy.
Yeah, there
Crazy.
you go.
That's the weirdest thing. Remy was alive and then he wasn't.
Borky, as you're kind of just having the rod and you're kind of bitter about everybody else is really enjoying their food and kind of like and this other thing, you're kind of like holding your rod in the water. I want you to roll a perception check for me.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Can you do that for
Yes. I will roll that for-
It's just-
Is it still not letting you in?
No, it's not.
Yeah,
it's still failing to
gateway
connect.
timeout.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get you guys back in eventually.
Yeah.
You rolled a 19
Okay.
with your perception. You swear you see a form swimming down below. You can't get quite a sense of what the form is. It's not humanoid. but it's not a fish.
The dragon.
No, I'm done with
And it-
dragons.
It's an aboleth.
and it dives deeper. And as you see it kind of go down deeper, you suddenly feel a tug on your line, and it feels like someone grabbing it and going yank yank.
And Borky hooks it. Borky pulls back immediately.
Okay, you pull it back, and hooked on your fishing line, almost like a gift basket on like an umbrella end, is a large oyster.
Oh. Oh.
Murray puts up his hands and stops you, and immediately reaches out for the oyster.
How big is this oyster?
It's about the size of your hand. If you open up your palm of your hand, the entire oyster sits in your hand. It's big and it's heavy.
That's a big oyster.
It's a big oyster.
Yeah, it
Is there a pearl inside?
You don't know.
What to find
We're
out?
about to find out.
Oh my god, it's a rock! Oysters look
Murray
like a
takes
rock.
it from you.
My lord,
Nope.
she just takes a bite out of the shell.
It's a bit crunchy, it is.
God
You
damn it.
you watch as Murray takes it from you. Do you let him take it?
Yeah.
He goes over and he pulls out this piece of wood, and there's like a giant like nail spike coming out of it. And he takes the oyster and he just watches, he just shucks it. Like he starts smacking it up against this big spike. And as he does, you hear a and he kind of immediately pushes it as you watch liquid kind of flowing out. And he peels open this massive oyster about the size of your palm. I will roll for the pearl. See if
Yeah.
there's a pearl inside. No, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, no pearl. But it is a very large oyster. You watch as he takes a blade to it and kind of like cuts where the oyster would be attached to the shell. He reaches over and he grabs what looks like a small, like almost like a oil bottle, and he basically puts a little bit of a squirt of that onto the oyster, grabs a toothpick, sticks it in, and hands it to you.
I see. This took
I'm
a lot
sorry, Taka. We got
If
you.
you
We
like
got you.
oyster
Wonderful.
culatas.
It's okay.
Borky just takes. It's on a simple toothpick, right? Borky just goes.
Yes, just on a toothpick.
Borky puts the whole thing
Yeah.
in his mouth.
Yeah, you just slide it into your mouth. The sauce was kind of like a bit of a soy sauce mixed with a little bit of lemon, just a little bit.
Just a scotch.
And it is oceany, but it's smooth, it's delicious, and you swallow it, and you're pretty content with your meal.
Oh, that's good rock meat.
As the sun begins to set, you watch as Murray begins to clean up his kitchen.
Thank you very much, Murray. That was a good meal.
That was fantastic.
Return to the crow's nest.
Guys, the boat was a good idea.
I mean, I feel.
Yeah.
I feel like what? Wait, Panic! Don't say that. Would you say that? Something bad
Murray
happens.
turns to the captain, and the captain goes, "Nice seeing you, Murray. Say hi to the missus for me." And Murray nods, and then pulls out the orb, places it on the ground of his kitchen. He watches the kitchen goes back into that orb, and he pockets it. Does one last little kind of quasi salute, and then just dives right back into the water.
I'd like to imagine he doesn't even like flip back in. He kind of just like leans over. He Charlie horses himself over the rim of the fucking ship and falls in.
Scuba style, just falls back into it.
Yeah,
Fall back. Just without looking, unblinking, just falls backwards.
As you guys kind of very content with your food. You guys, it was rich, very rich. All of the food you guys ate was exceptionally rich. You guys are quite content as the swaying of the ship begins. A few more days pass as you guys travel. Uneventful. Nothing really happens. A few seabirds, more shanties, more reading.
Man, it's gonna be a long fucking
More
trip back.
practicing
Yeah.
swords.
One night. Can Borky have a solemn moment one night on the ship? Real
Sure.
fast. Okay. Borky, it's nighttime, and is Remy? Can Remy be beside him?
Remy, do you want to be beside Porky?
No, but I will because I don't want to ruin this moment.
Borky's on the bow of the ship with Remy.
It says, you know, Remy, I'm starting to think this beautiful moment out in the sea, reminded of airship pirates and everything. I'm remembering my best friend Tubbs, and I'm starting to think he might not be alive. Do you think it's possible? Do you think Tubbs is dead, Remy?
put this evil on him. Good job.
Oftentimes, those that we cherish most never truly leave us.
So, okay, so
they-
you're saying he's alive. Thanks, Remy. Appreciate it. Borky pats him on the back.
those were not the words quite that I spoke
He's
to you.
alive.
I-
As alive as a
What-
tree, growing ever greater in size.
Even if you never happen to see that tree again, perhaps. It is still growing somewhere.
There he is. There
Well
he
then.
is. There we go. I'm done.
All right, Monty, really quick. While we're spending days and days on sea, Greckles would very enthusiastically like to learn about like star mapping and ways of navigating the ocean from the captain, if possible.
Roll intelligence checks.
How
Roll
many?
just one. Just one.
Oh, you said checks, and I was
Sorry.
like,
Yeah, I realized. I said
no,
checks.
it's a 7.
It's very complicated, and like you're trying to do it, and then there's clouds, and you're like, God damn it, clouds. It's tricky.
Landfills and clouds.
You've been sitting in and you've been listening in on how they've been navigating. A lot of it does have to do with kind of the stars, wind. The biggest thing is the wind. You guys notice on some days the wind is very generous, and you guys tend to like really propel forward. Other days it's kind of like you're almost ready to pull out the oars and start like pushing. But you pick up on a few things, but it's very hard. And like the problem you're finding is that Kiwi and Captain Clarence aren't teachers, so they're basically doing their own thing, and you're just kind of observing. They're not really stopping to teach you anything because they don't really have the time to do so.
Do they have books that could teach that kind of thing in the ship?
Captain Canary does. Yes, he does. He has 2 books. One on navigating without stars, and one navigating with stars.
Greckles will read those cover to cover if he has the time.
Okay. As you guys are sailing on the ship, kind of minding your own business, and Kiwi's just kind of like staring, you guys hear a boom, 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 boom on the hull of the ship.
Where
Sounded-
on the where?
Bow.
Like the bow?
Yeah, port bow.
Remy would be close to the bow. Perception check over the edge.
Yeah, go ahead.
Borky as well.
Greckles is gonna be
18.
18. You see a piece of wood. And as you look closer at it, it's not a log. It's a piece of a ship.
Captain,
Yes.
ship debris off the bow.
All right. He kind of folds up. He was reading too. He gets up and he walks over and he peers down. And you see his face kind of shift and change. He's like, kind of like, oh, let's see what it is. And he kind of stops. That's refined wood. And he kind of looks forward. He goes, Crow's Nest. And at that point, that will be Task again. You're back up there.
Aye.
Give a quick check on the spyglass.
All right. Well, I'll give it a roll. I think I got it's a +7 to that roll.
+7.
Oh, geez, I'm gonna need. Do I get advantage or?
Yes, you get advantage.
Okay, cool. Better roll. 21.
Nice. Okay. You peer out. You begin to see more and more pieces. And as you guys move forward, you begin to see more wreckage. You see a mast kind of aloft, bobbing. The cloth on it is wet. And then you begin to see a couple bodies.
How far does this debris trail?
It's spread. It's as far as the eye can see. You see just a lot of little pieces broken apart. Roll an intelligence check. Actually, survival. Survival would be good for this.
I don't remember what my survival skill is, but I'll roll it. So
Okay. Your survival modifier is
It's
a
wisdom.
+7.
It's
+7.
wisdom, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
wow.
+7.
7. All right, so 17.
Nice. This looks like an explosion. Something forceful did this. It wasn't.
Yeah. Then I'll explain what I'm seeing as we go along, and then finally, after explaining, like after the bodies, in my honest opinion, it might have been something from the inside or some kind of force that blew everything away. Maybe an explosion of some kind.
The other half of the ship probably sank, whatever it was. Jesus Christ, look at the men in the water. You see just bobbing different bodies and forms, just super bloated. You see a bunch of fish kind of feeding off of the the rotting flesh.
Captain, should we look for any survivors?
Keep your eyes out, but it looks like this happened a long time ago.
Yeah, if I think we would have heard something.
As you guys move, one thing about the survivors, which is very consistent, is like the corpses that are bobbing in the water, they are all hogtied.
Oh.
Yeah.
Panic will he'll cast thaumaturgy on his voice and he'll just shout, "Is anyone alive?"
Ah! Ah! As you watch as a seagull lands on the ground and kind of preens itself on a piece of the debris.
Remy, since there's clearly no danger at the present time, is going to take a knee and he will begin mumbling a prayer that anybody near him would start to hear.
Okay.
It would be a prayer to Vetrion, essentially.
Bodies total 5. The debris, it's all over the place.
Do we get a good look at what the races are of the bodies?
One of them is an orc. 2 other ones are humans. One's a halfling, and the last one is a kobold, actually, a blue one.
Oh, cool. So I'll have Task mount that off to everyone against kobold.
Yeah, you almost barely miss the kobold because it almost blends into the ocean.
Yeah.
What kind of clothes are they wearing?
What do my kobold eyes see?
Whatever's left on there that hasn't just been rotted away or picked off by the fish, it's simple linens, simple sailor attire.
Simple rags, no distinguishing colors.
Borky yells up at Task real fast, actually. It kind of cuts off Greckles accidentally.
Is
that a half orc or a full orc?
GM?
That would be another perception check from you.
Okay, here I go. Advantage, thank you. 22.
Half orc.
Half. It has some human to it.
Okay. Borky just rubs his chin looking at all the destruction.
Yeah, it's pretty haunting. The seabirds are almost like crows on a graveyard. It's kind of creepy. And you see just a lot of fish. You even see a couple sharks that are just kind of coming in and just ripping off pieces and diving deep below. The captain kind of like is kind of walking up and down. The captain doesn't seem like super like, oh god, oh god, oh god, but he seems very calculated about the way he's looking. You get the sense this is not the first time he's seen something like this in this sort of, business.
What are your orders, Captain?
We're doubling up the watch. We're going to be definitely doing night watches. Consistent watch.
Is this familiar to you?
Pirates do this sometimes. Sea creatures. I've heard that there's some sea serpents. Amongst many other things.
You think it could be those guys from that other country who've been raiding along here?
Clarence kind of tilts his head at you, kind of confused.
I heard there was like a blockade or something starting up another country.
It's further out. That's not in the channel.
No. Here's the thing. I gotta ask. You ever dealt with the orc pirates out here?
He nods. Yeah, we have. I can't parlay with, but they have very clear signs as to who they are.
So they wouldn't tie up a bunch of people and blow up the ship? That's not their style?
No, they just decapitate.
I wouldn't. Yeah, it sounds more orky.
Yeah. Blood, No offense. He kind of like gets a little embarrassed.
No, it's fine.
You guys begin to bob past the destruction back into the open ocean. As the day soon turns to evening, you guys have your meals, various different rations, and it comes to nighttime. And for the nighttime watch, Panic, you're up first.
Oh boy.
That night vision, though.
The rest of you guys are all deep asleep on your hammocks.
Perception. That's a 5.
5, okay. Oh, wow. Oh, boy.
He has night vision. But
you pull out your guitar and you begin to kind of play a melody, I'm assuming, or something.
I'm on watch.
The moon reflects off of the ocean surface. Very calm night, luckily. The sails flapping in the gentle breeze of the night. I want you to roll one more perception check for me.
Okie dokie. Come on.
You Yeah, there we go.
There we
Double.
go.
I double clicked. That's
You
that'll be a
double clicked. Okay.
What did you? The people can't see. What did you roll, dude?
Yeah, what'd you roll?
I rolled a 14. I said.
Oh, I didn't hear you.
It got
Yeah.
overlapped.
Yeah. Panic, as you're sitting up in the crow's nest, you see a cat
What?
on
What?
the deck of a ship. It's this really
Our
fluffy.
ship?
Yeah, your guys' ship.
There's a cat.
There's a cat.
Okay.
Okay.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, the only thing I can think of is that it's stowed away when we were docked in Alabast. Hmm.
Ow! Ow!
Yeah, Mau, I see you.
Oh.
Come here.
Roll a handle animal.
Hey,
You know what? Charisma. Do a charisma.
Oh,
check
okay.
actually instead.
Good, because
My name's Marty.
9.
Okay.
Well,
you gotta like grab the cat's head like I'm petting.
I am petting.
Oh no, he pets backwards along the cat.
I'm so good with animals, guys.
Grabs in the face.
The cat.
So, oh, I was just saying, what kind of cat is it? Is it like a black cat?
It's like it's kind of like a calico-ish, kind of long-haired cat. It's very pretty. Kind of just. Oh, go ahead.
How did you get here, little guy? Were you a
Uh,
stowaway?
You watch as its form shifts.
I'm sorry, what? It's a werecat? What?
It's a weird cat.
My name's
As it's-
Marty.
As its form shifts into essentially a nude female with long hair
Oh.
that stares right back at you. And as you see the eyes, at first cat eyes, you realize now dragon eyes.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Something tells me you're not a stowaway, and I should probably stop petting you.
You were continuing?
You're
There
still
we
petting the
go.
naked lady?
There, reflex.
You watch as she like kind of looks at you, looks down and studies you a bit, then reaches out with a hand, just very gentle, and kind of grabs your guitar, not like in a forceful way, but in like a kind of like looking at it sort of way. You have like a shoulder strap for that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As she grabs it, you get pulled too, and she kind of looks at it and kind of runs a hand down it, like she's just looking at it.
And then she gently whispers, "Mine now."
Can you understand me?
She hears you talk and kind of looks towards you, and then she kind of like gently lowers the guitar back to like your chest, and then reaches out to you. And she takes her hand and almost curiously kind of like pulls back your hair a bit, and then like kind of trails her finger up your horn, and then kind of like grabs it at the end and kind of like just looks at it.
Oh
What do you
my.
do? You do anything? You just freeze?
I'm going to. How high up is the crow's nest?
You're currently on the deck if you want to pet this cat. So you're on the deck currently.
Oh, okay. Where? How far away are the crew's quarters from me?
They're below. They might hear you, but I'm gonna say for
I'm
this,
going-
if you make a sudden noise now, and with the position you're in, you are in danger. You get that sense. So comm seems to be working right now.
Well, there's a beautiful naked woman right in front of me. Why would I make any sudden motions or movements?
It's fair. I just want to be fair, so you don't like suddenly get.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
In my head, I thought
fucking
you were going to
dragon.
say, there's a naked woman right in front of me. I don't know if I should do anything, you know.
She kind of lets go of the horn, and then it's weird because you get the sense she doesn't understand personal space. She notices the scar on your chest with the outfit you now have. It's visible. And
Yeah.
She kind of like narrows her eyes and then like touches the scar, and her fingers are pretty cold. And then she looks up to you kind of like quizzically, like just like what happened?
You want to know how I got
I've
this
been,
scar?
If there's one thing Panic knows, it's pantomiming things to people who don't understand him. He's had a lot of practice with that. So he's going to mimic he's going to take his finger and then put up his palm, and he's going to mirror like being skewered.
Okay. As you do this, the figure laughs. This really light laugh, kind of finding humor in the way you're trying to talk. And they kind of like trail around you, and they grab your black dragon cloak, and they look at it closely.
Oh no!
And they have a big smile on their face as they look at it, kind of dragging their hands over it. And then she points to you, and then your sword, copy cutter at your side, and points to the side, and then points to the cloak, like you kill.
Panic sort of does like the strongman pose where he flexes.
You
She
fuck!
laughs.
You
She
absolute fuck!
Quiet, Task. You're sleeping like I am.
She laughs again, and she leans in forward. She goes for a kiss. Actually, do you allow that to happen?
She looks like a dragon, right?
Her eyes are like dragon
Like
pupils.
dragon.
We have experience.
I'm a bard. I might have heard stories about like sea nymphs who drag soldiers into the ocean, right?
Roll what would this be? Knowledge Arcana?
Knowledge history?
Actually, knowledge
Mom.
history would be
I
better.
think the second Panic took credit for Task Kill Task woke up immediately. And
Yeah, spite sense. Come on, I need a good one. 10.
10. I mean, you've heard of there's so many dragons that you're starting to get them confused. Wait, which is it? Bronze, brass, copper? Which one is it? Which one is it? You're kind of like panicking.
Of course I am.
Yeah. What do you do? Like, she's still, like, time's kind of frozen there for a moment.
She's leaning in for a kiss, right?
Yeah.
Of course, Panic kisses people.
I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy on my voice first.
Okay.
And then silently, I'll move in for it. Why not?
Okay. You get a kiss. It's very nice. It's very quick. It's not like ooh, we're making out. It's just like, oh, I love you. Mwah.
peck.
Like
Damn.
like a peck. Yeah. And she begins to take the cloak off of you. She begins to like tug at it, like excitedly. She wants your jacket, essentially. You don't know
She
why.
wants my jacket.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
Can I?
You can insight if you would like.
Yeah, I'm going to insight her because I sort of feel like this is a distraction.
Okay.
Or maybe she's reading
Natural
it.
one.
Gosh darn it!
oh man,
Okay.
she's pretty.
Yeah. You're a little
so pretty.
very pretty. Your brain is mush. You have no idea.
Can I tell I'm not being charmed though?
You're not being
At
charmed.
least.
You know 100% that you're not being charmed
Okay.
at this point. Yeah.
I mean, she's quite charming.
She is.
No.
She is
Don't
quite
be
charming.
shy. You wanna kiss the girl.
La, la.
I try to convey to her that I'll let you wear it, but I want this back.
Okay. You do that. Whether or not it hit, you're not sure. She immediately dons the jacket and then kind of like walks around the deck wearing it. She pops the collar and kind of does this strut. Like, she loves it. And then she kind of looks and then she grabs your guitar and kind of shoves it into your body. Like play something.
Okay. I'll play some sort of Santana-ish Europa sounding
Okay,
slow
let's-
guitar.
Slow guitar. Okay. Roll a performance check with advantage.
Fuck, I clicked it again. That's 27.
Nice. As you play, she just kind of like coils up the jacket around her and begins to dance. And then she kind of like grabs your elbow and tries to like get you to kind of sway to the music as well. And she's got this big smile on her face. Like, this is super, super fun. And then you begin to see the sun kind of beginning to rise. And immediately her head turns. She looks towards you and you watch as she becomes a rat, and your cloak just drops to the ground, and you see her skitter out, immediately leap up and off the hull of the ship. And as
Before she hits the water, I shout, "Panic!"
Okay, really loud?
Panic, and I point to, or I try to get her attention before she scutters off. I point to myself and I say, "Panic."
You watch as when the rat reaches the rim, it kind of turns and looks to you, and you point yourself and go, "Panic." And the rat kind of nods and then immediately jumps in. And as the rat jumps in, you feel the entire side of the ship just begin to be pushed upwards as if the volume of the water has greatly increased. All of you guys who've been sleeping, you first of all hear panic, and then you immediately feel the entire ship shift like totally at an angle.
Does
as
Borky
you-
fall out of his hammock?
No, you guys, the hammock sways with the motion. But now if you were to jump out of your bed, you would probably fall right on top of where Panic would sleep. Immediately as the entire boat just gets shifted to the side. Panic, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm trained in this. Yeah, 15.
15? Okay, then what does it do? Yeah, I'll say you stay on the ship. As you get knocked, actually, no, you're gonna fall in, because 1 second, that's plus. Yeah, no, you fall in. You get tossed as the ship suddenly jolts, you fall into the water, just whoosh, immediately the cold hits you and wraps you around.
I've still got thaumaturgy in my voice, right?
Yeah, you do as you fall.
I scream the entire way down.
Greckles is up and at him, going towards his friend's scream, getting the
All right.
hood on.
You run to the dock as it sway. Panic, as you begin to sink deeper and deeper into the depths, you see as a dark form in the darkness of the water, kind of silhouetted by the rising sun, a large dragon head leans forward to you and says, "Fravain," before diving deep into the water and disappearing as you eventually surface to the top. And the rest of you guys all run out. You guys watch as the barrels are rolling around the deck side. The captain is in like a onesie pajama pair and is just like, "What happened?" Like swinging his sword.
What color
Where-
was the dragon again?
Roll a perception check because you were in obscured water.
That's true.
Yeah.
You're due for a good
20.
one. Yeah.
20.
20.
Very nice.
Modified 20.
That would have been a bronze dragon. And that was
Whoa.
an adult, you would say, for the size. An adult. Yeah.
Now that we're on deck, can we see where Panic is?
Yeah, you guys watch as you guys run on deck and you kind of span on either side of the boat. You, on the Greckles and Borky's side, you see Panic surface on the water.
Panic,
kinda
no!
moving.
Borky jumps in the water to save him.
Okay.
God damn it, you stole my shtick.
We gotta get your Exodia
No,
cards.
no. I'll get your
Go get him,
Exodia
Borky.
cards, you.
Oh my god.
No, but I know you are, but I want to see if Borky can swim. Oh, wait! I'm
Oh,
bad at
God.
swimming! Ah!
I will roll an athletics check for you.
Thank you.
Why would you do that then if you can't swim?
Now you have to
Because
say
he's not
Borky.
smart.
Because he's Borky. God damn it.
That's a 13. You watch as Borky hits the water and starts to just flail around in the water. He's keeping upright, but he's not forging any waves anytime.
Bunch of idiots. Greckles throws. Okay, Task. Is there rope on the deck?
I was
Yeah,
just gonna.
there's-
Okay.
Okay. Remy and Task. You need to hold on this rope. I tie it to myself. I put the hood up, and then I dive in to grab both of them.
Why is everyone jumping in? I'm fine. Okay.
Oh man.
I'll hold on to the rope so we don't freaking lose
Yeah,
another
ditto.
person.
Okay, yeah, you guys grab onto the rope. The captain also does. He sheaths his blade. As Greckles, you like a torpedo through the water. You make your way to Panic and immediately help him. You tie like the rope around him, and you also grab Borky on your way out. It's easy enough with everybody's efforts. You eventually drag the schmucks onto the deck of the ship, dripping wet as the sun begins to rise. Very clear sky, which Clarence turns and goes, "Huh, good weather." We two taking a swim there, boy.
Did you not feel the boat tip over?
I
How
did.
How did you fall out of the crow's nest?
Sit down.
Panic. What happened?
I have a story.
Okay. How, for the sake of, actually, no, you tell it. I want to see how you would tell this story.
So, here's what happened.
Uh-huh.
I was in the crow's nest. I was looking, and I noticed that there was a cat roaming around on the deck.
Oh, come on.
I figured
Clarence looks perplexed. He goes, "We don't have a cat."
Yeah, I figured that might have been a stowaway when we left from Alabasta or something, and it just got into the ration storage or something. But then I went down to go take a look at it. Maybe it might have been a distraction from pirates, and it turned into a woman.
Okay.
Aw.
I want all of us to roll our eyes.
Inside.
Okay.
18.
The most beautiful
20.
woman I had ever seen.
Okay.
20.
Panic.
He's not lying. He is literally not lying. Remy and Greckles. He did them.
Funnier not to believe him.
Women don't turn into cats that I'm aware of without some kind of magic.
Unless
so-
you're
No,
druids.
it was a cat that turned into. I let me finish. She had these strangest eyes. She was beautiful, and well, she. I don't think she understood me, but she didn't say a word the entire night. She seemed very interested in me, like she didn't know what I was. She kept
Totally
feeling
shooting
it all over. Hey, you can't blame somebody for being interested in Panic or in Tongue. Wink.
All right, let's get on with the story there, Panic.
So she noticed my scar and she wanted to know how it happened. So I tried my best through, hand gestures to convey how it happened. Look over at Borky.
Did you tell her I penetrated you from behind?
Yeah. Got blasted in my rear side.
Yeah, he really happened.
So anyway.
Clarence makes a note of that and then nods.
So she noticed my scar and then she noticed my jacket. She seemed really happy to see the black dragon scales on it. And so I cautiously, I let her put it on. And then she wanted me to play some music.
Squints.
Listen,
No, he doesn't move. He just squint, like the eyebrows just squint.
Borky does that gif where the rock rolls his eyes? I'm doing Borky does that.
She seemed like, I don't know, there was something about her that I didn't want to upset her, so I let her try it on. I was very cautious. I asked for it back. I'm wearing it right now, as you can see. Nothing happened, but...
Actually, it's on the deck because you didn't get a chance to put it on before they jumped in.
Oh.
Yeah, but you have it
Yeah,
in your
but-
hands at this point, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's right here. It's just... Droop, droop. And then... we danced and she kissed me.
Okay.
Or she kissed you, yes.
Hey, you rolled insight. You know what?
Greckles looks at the hard camera.
And then when the sun rise, it seemed like she had somewhere to be. Sun rose and she sort of darted off. She changed into a rat and then she darted into the ocean. And that's when the boat tipped over.
And why did the boat tip over?
Because the rat must have been enormous.
You're not entirely wrong, I don't think, Borky. I think that
The fat rat.
when I was in the ocean, I saw a dragon, a bronze dragon.
Immediately,
to be-
Clarence perks up.
What?
She said one word. Fravain.
Do I know what that is?
Roll just a general intelligence.
Go for it, task.
Go Dragon Boy, go
Also,
Dragon Boy,
how do you spell that?
FrivaYne.
13 plus whatever my
Vervain.
intelligence is.
Let me check for you.
Oh, I spelled it right.
Your intelligence is +1.
14.
You have no idea. Clarence, though, steps forward and he goes, "You got visited by Fravain?"
You're going to tell me this is a real thing.
Yes! Oh my god! He like runs over to you, panic, and grabs your shoulder. You got to see Ravane.
Okay, who's Ravane?
I got to kiss Ravane.
You got to kiss Ravane. He like slaps your
Can
cheek.
someone explain to me why the captain and Panic are so happy?
Oh, gods of no! Wait, if she visited us, we need to get gold. We need to get jewels right now.
I'm sorry, what?
Just stick with me now. We got visited by a bronze dragon on aboard our ship. We are blessed by Uspa.
No, I thought it was a rat.
What? First of all, I thought it was a cat, which rhymes with rat, but now I'm just confused.
It
We
was
are
a cat.
lucky to be alive.
It was
We are-
it was a cat that turned into a woman that turned into a rat that
And
turned into a dragon.
What was
Did
the
it wear a
what-
hat?
What was the one you made out with again? Was it the rat or the lady?
It was the woman.
Okay, all right.
That technically didn't answer the question, but all right.
What do we need jewels for, Captain?
We have to give an offering to Uspa right now.
Oh, Tash just winces at that. Oh, offering dragon's fucking awesome.
No, Uspus is god of storms.
Indeed. And the bronze dragons are sort of connected in that sense to Uspa. I think I have 2 rubies. He starts like going through a bag and he just starts like throwing rubies and emeralds on the side of the ship, just tossing them into the water.
Oh, Tash just
Wow.
looks like he's fucking sick at what this man's doing.
Yeah, Remy is
Today-
also kind of sighing.
Today is a strange day.
We're just going to give away the wealth of the ship.
No. She was just passing by. She checks through the ship sometimes, on the lookout for interesting things, so to speak. She's very shy, but curious, I suppose. Extremely curious. The last time I saw her was aboard a bigger vessel that I was just a crewman on, and
So she does this frequently then.
she boards most ships. Yeah, interacting with people is usually by her choice. Usually, if she finds someone unique or interesting, and with the nature of you, I mean this with no offense. She probably was just curious and wanted to take a closer look.
Tash just like fucking groans audibly as he pulls out a coin and flips it into the water. Oh, this, I thought I'd passed this fucking point in my life, but yet here I am again.
Why does
Trust
she-
me, it's a worthy cause.
So we got to give her money when she kisses Panic. I'm confused.
When she steps upon a boat, it's wise to pay for visitation, I suppose.
Oh, it's weird.
That's tradition.
So,
It's
so is
highway
that-
robbery is what it fucking is. Tash walks away and goes back to sleep.
Well, how was
I didn't get robbed. I got a kiss for it.
yeah, well, I think Panic should pay for all of us.
Can't we just toss Panic overboard? That's what she wanted, right?
apparently?
Oh. Right.
Well, I'm just jealous because no magic dragon wanted to kiss me.
Borky, you have a talking sword, or so you say. So
Yes. Hey!
you already have a companion.
He is difficult to talk with.
Remy is gonna. I assume we all have to toss something, right?
I mean, if you want to.
Sure. Remy will toss. What does he have left? He'll toss. I don't know. Did we even know what a proper offering is? Like a gold piece or multiple gold pieces?
Not a clue. I mean, generally it looked like the gemstones that were being thrown in were very. They're not like worth a whole lot.
Borky throws a single gold piece and just flicks it.
Bloop, it goes into the water.
Thanks for giving my friend a fun night.
You watch, Jesus Christ. You watch as a bunch of fish like kind of bite at the gold piece, and then it sinks to the bottom.
Money-
Is the ring of fireball? Does it have a jewel inlay?
Ring of Fireball.
Yeah, Willow's ring of fireball.
It has like a semi-precious gem, like a lapis lazuli or something like that, equivalent.
And it's broken, right?
It's pretty broken. Yeah, the ring's pretty
All right.
broken at this point.
Well, Willow can't hang on to this for nostalgia's sake anymore. It's probably more important anyway. Whoop! I hug it over the side.
You put it
Remy. There you go. Remy's gonna chuck 10 gold pieces over the side,
Okay, you dump all the gold
Essentially just
pieces
to-
in.
and then he's gonna go find Task, who stormed off.
Monty, can I be a weeb?
Sure.
Excellent. So Greckles has no understanding of how offering tier work, but over in the Eastern Isles, intervals of 5 were said to be of good luck. So at the different offering boxes that he would see people visit, so he chucks in 5 gold.
Okay. As you throw each gold piece in succession, the 5th is snatched up by a seabird and it flies away.
I dart it. I dart it. You don't mess with the spirits. I dart it.
All right, go ahead with disadvantage because it flew off pretty fast.
15.
That's still pretty good.
That will hit, yes.
I offer you this bird.
8.
Okay.
At least enough to make him drop the coin.
Yeah, you stick it right in the butt, and the coin drops on the deck of the ship, and it disappears between probably one of the floorboards.
Monty,
somewhere.
you just don't want me to have my fun, do you? Fine, I kick in the other gold and make sure it hits the water.
All right, it does. It hits
Jesus.
the water.
Why? What was up with that, Monty?
Oh, birds. Also, Gaijin, you would notice that Remy also did segments of 5, but he did 10 instead of 5.
Yeah, but it's
That-
it's intervals of 550, 500.
Oh, I thought it
5,000.
was. Got it.
No.
All right. Well.
gotta start
Why won't
over.
you let me have my fun, Gaijin?
Because I can't have mine, Mont.
Hey guys, I'm having a great time
Not
with
my
all of you.
fault.
I'm having a blast.
It's a bird. That wasn't me. It was a bird.
Anyway, while you guys are on the deck, Remy's gonna go find Task because he stormed off pretty pissed off.
Taskus just went back to sleep. He's just laying in bed.
If you guys on the deck want to do something.
Clarence is super happy right now. He's like just smiling, beaming ear to ear. He goes, "Oh, it's such a good day when you're visited by a bronze dragon." Except for the young ones, they're kind of they get snagged on fishing lines and things like that. So
I guess that's fair, but what does she do?
she has a home on probably the most dangerous cove in this channel. She lives there. She protects us mostly from other dragons, actually. Evil ones. Yes. She apparently, from what I've heard from the storyteller, she's kidnapped one or two. Actually, kind of laughs and looks at you, Panic. From what I
mean-
understand of their story.
I mean, I'd be fine with that, I think.
But you can't hang out with me anymore. Don't say that.
Borky just has his arms out for a hug. Come on.
Aw.
I would never leave you. and I
That's
hug him.
right. That's right. That's right.
It's that
The
fucking
best
meme.
bromance.
And a
Oh,
panic.
The best bromance.
Unless I did get kidnapped by a dragon, then I'd have no choice.
I would rescue her from her.
Clarence kind of turns and goes, "Anyway, the bards who have been borrowed by her claim to say that she is she destroys many of the evil dragons. She despises the chromatic dragon line, and as such, she and her children protect these waterways from dragon alone. Unfortunately, she doesn't quite pick sides. She'll board pirate ship and naval ship and cruise ship and a simple ship like this." And he kind of kicks the floorboards.
But don't all ships have crews?
Look, yes. Usually she just kind of comes and goes, at least for my vessels. We don't really carry anything of particular worth. There's been a few times where she's kind of appeared and asked to keep some things. Usually some sort of ancient text or magical item of particular, to us, insignificance, but to a dragon, potentially, some interest. She's also taken, he kind of laughs and scratches the back of his neck, a few lovers as well. Usually of bloodlines that she, in her age, has known about. Though this has been quite rare. Kind of nods. So,
Well, I guess I'll go back to sleep then.
Big
yeah. You okay? He kind of looks to you, Panic, as you're kind of taking this all in.
Strange. I've heard of like water nymphs that try to drag soldiers into the water, but
Sirens too. There was this one time there was a like a floating thing in the like literally just a hand that just had a sandwich on it, and that was the temptation.
What kind of sandwich was it?
Oh, it was a turkey BLT.
Yeah.
It was the brood witch.
That's really hot. I could understand the temptation. Are we talking like actual sliced turkey or like after Alavast giving?
Shredded.
Ooh.
Yeah. That ended up being a sea hag, though. A
Damn
young
it.
sea hag. Yeah.
My friend was cursed by a sea hag.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
No, he's beautiful. It's fine.
It's just a little strange. She seemed interested in me despite my appearance and my infernal blood.
That doesn't seem to bother her at all.
Apparently not.
If anything, probably made you a bit more attractive to her. You were something kind of unique.
I mean, I'm already pretty attractive, so.
I'm going to bed. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Greckles.
Remy will be in his. Sorry, Greckles will be in his bunk.
Yeah, Greckles, you go back to bed.
Remy was going to talk to Task whenever they're done on the deck before everybody starts piling in.
Okay, you head down the steps. You go past the cargo, the weird coffin-shaped box, still sealed, making you all kind of nervous because the rest of you guys don't know what's in there. Remy, you go in. Task, I'm assuming you're kind of cross-armed, sleeping in your hammock as it swings.
Task is just like facing. No, he's just like facing the wall, trying to like close his eyes and just.
Task, do you have a moment?
Tash just like rolls over and sits up. I suppose so. What's wrong?
Well, I realized, considering I don't quite understand your reaction to tossing money overboard, besides it being rational, you seemed rather frustrated, annoyed. Is it a kobold thing? I mean, beyond the silliness of tossing coins over the side of a boat.
You honestly don't know the stereotype of my people, do you?
Consider me blissfully ignorant. There's not many of you where I come from.
That's actually quite a compliment, though, to know that no one actually knows about that. My people are widely known to being subjected to being subservient to dragons, finding adventurers, dragging them off the road like highwaymen, robbing them of their riches, and giving it off to a dragon.
Oh, yes, I've heard those, but simply rumors. I've never thought that they had any weight to them. They're fairy tales.
Well, that's what my family did. My entire clan was serviced to a blue dragon.
Of their own accord, or were they enslaved?
That I don't know, but my clan leader made it out that it was of our own volition, at least for protection's sake. And with that, we've served one, and I'm sure you've heard my stories multiple times, but short story of it all is we were betrayed and killed by it.
That's strange. I didn't realize that kobolds actually serve dragons, though I assume if it's for protection, it was for the betterment of your clan, yes?
Well, my clan, it was kind of an offhand deal. My clan decided it would be a good idea to follow. The whole reason why I'm in Alavast in the first place is to hunt down the man who who was pretty much our word to the blue dragon. Because whatever he did, he sicked the blue dragon on us, and the blue dragon in his fury ended my entire civilization.
It was a poor arrangement then, in the end.
Well, I never thought my clan leader as a smart man. I thought and who did everything to make sure that his needs were fulfilled, and if it bettered the clan, then great. I mean, I did get sent out on grisly tasks to steal other kobold eggs to just bring them into the fold.
Was Azra Sahara's whole issue.
Yeah, but like I've told her, or at least I tried to explain to her, I am a born victim of that same thing, but yet I still service the clan.
For what it's worth, Task, in the time that I've known you nothing to be but an honorable warrior, and someone with a good head on their shoulders. Passionate and outspoken, but no more so than some of the other people I've met in my life.
That was part of the job. I guess it's part of my nature too, but mostly for the job.
What I'm saying is, stereotypes aside, I don't hold any of that against you. You're your own man, and you will forge your own path. and I respect you for it.
Well, thank you. I'm not going to sit here and claim that everyone needs to know about the stereotype of my people. I mean, that's basically what we're known for, but it is still irritating, but thank you for at least wanting to speak to me on that term.
And I'm always here if you need a friendly ear, I suppose.
Well, thank you. But if it's all right with you, I think I'm just going to go back to sleep.
I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
And Remy will go pass out.
All right. As you guys head to bed, Panic, you go to bed.
Yeah.
Feeling kind of like, huh. It was bizarre. It was weird. Greckles, you take watch afterwards, and the watch is pretty uneventful as the sun rises. And you guys all wake up on the deck to a bobbing, calm ocean. And then once again, the night comes, and you guys all go to sleep, leaving Clarence to be in charge of the of watch. So you guys are all in the hull of the ship as it's bobbing and weaving. You guys haven't gone to bed quite yet. You're all kind of sitting. Kiwi's got a deck of cards, and he goes, "Right, well, I'm gonna bet this much. 2. I'm betting 2, because my hand's that good."
Pair of 3s.
Kind of looks to the rest of you guys.
Borky's looking,
who would like-
Borky's looking at his pair of 2s. Oh man, I hope this works.
Can I actually,
What do we have?
can I actually roll cards?
Yes, you
This is
absolutely
very
can.
relevant to me. Okay. That is an 18.
18. You fold out your cards and you totally beat out Kiwi. And Kiwi goes, "Damn it! You always know, Fletch. You always know."
Well, I'm sorry, Kiwi, but you can't beat a master.
Oh, no, you always win the card games. So how was the romancing anyway?
5.
5?
5. All
Bloody
at
hell.
All at once.
Bloody hell. No, you're lying.
Looks over to Panic. Am I lying?
No.
He's
No,
still,
you're not.
he's still
like, I'm not getting involved.
Borky says, "Not about this."
He was still looking off into the distance. He's still standing there looking out. What? No.
Kiwi starts dealing out cards again. You gain 2 gold pieces, by the way, from beating out Kiwi.
Yeehaw.
Yeah, it was you and the other bloke. You had to infiltrate the mansion and detect all the different opera people, and then find them. And then, oh man, the kidnapping was so good, Fletch. I mean, not that we really should have done that or anything, but you know, as far as a master plan goes,
Look,
it's
Kiwi,
pretty alright.
Kiwi. Perhaps it's time that we put that past us forever.
Oh, but Fletch, I mean, you and me and the getting into trouble, that's
But
always
Kiwi, it's a new life.
Real fast, we got any crazy stories about you and Fletch back in the day?
Oh god, there was this one time. Oh my god, this was so funny. So we was camping out, right?
Okay.
Out in this field. You know, we were just doing a little bit of bum work. You remember the Gloria woman. Right?
Yeah, the Gloria woman.
Yeah. So I'm like, "Oh, Fletch, can you start a fire so we can keep warm while we're camping out doing this job, right?" And what's Fletch do? He sets the entire field on fire.
That Fletch.
Yeah, it glowed up like a volcano, you know. Remember how you put it out?
Greckles pulls out Kajikiri and whispers Moite to set it aflame and just glares at Kiwi. Kiwi, don't be disrespecting my good name.
Oh, it was like Kiwi actually gets turned aback, like kind of surprised, like, "Oh, do we always have a laugh about it, Fletch?"
And then I immediately just disperses the flame, puts it down. I gotcha, Kiwi.
Roll a deception.
I was trying to prank a bro.
No, this one he picked up on something there.
It's a 15.
Oh, you are so fucking lucky.
Yeah.
A 14.
Okay, just really quick, out of game, did he not put literally 1 + 1 together and figure out I'm
No.
not Fletch?
No, he hasn't.
Wow, this
he
bird
kinda-
be dense.
He stares and he kind of narrows his eye and starts laughing. Like the beak throws open, he starts smacking his leg really, really hard and cackling.
All right.
Remy is gonna poke Task, and hopefully pull him off to the side, away from the birds.
Okay.
The other birds.
Yes. Forgive me, Task. I'm a bit confused as to the whole Fletch thing. Is that a game that they play?
No, we pretty much boarded an airship full of pirates, and that was our disguise names. And apparently, Greckles was taking on the guise of someone named Fletch, and apparently the potato with legs hasn't put two and two together and realized he's not actually Fletch.
You have got to be kidding me.
Apparently not. I honestly have not walked into it. I just let it ride. It's not my business.
He was. Why was he trying to? Oh, Greckles.
No. To be fair, I also played the role of a small dragonborn child to infiltrate the ranks.
Yeah, Bladefoot Jr.
Yes, Captain Bladefoot Jr., I think I was called.
Those were the days.
So just let them continue what they're doing, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
So-
I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
Oh, please, no. Oh, please don't say that.
No.
Please don't say that.
I was about to give you an explanation.
Oh, all right.
on.
I'm sorry.
There's four of us, or
Correct.
five. There's four of us against one person who would want to strangle Greckles in the throat.
Right.
The numbers are in our favor, so if Kiwi does get a little upset, a couple of blades to the face won't bother anyone.
To be fair, have we ever considered that maybe he's actually going to be hurt when this all comes out?
I mean, I guess, but that's not my concern.
Ah, I see. All right then. I suppose we'll see where this happens, or where this goes, I should say.
As you guys are... Oh, go ahead.
My favorite Fletch story is when he had flower nipples. You had to be there.
What?
You had to be there for it.
Oh, okay. As you guys are sitting and playing cards, you hear tum, 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 as the captain whips his head inside. He goes, "You guys need to get up right now.
Okay, we're
right.
up.
Right now.
Panic
Right now.
away,
Right
Captain.
now."
Oh,
Panic
okay,
is out the
fine,
door.
fine.
Panic
yes.
is out the door.
Yes, sir.
As you guys are yelled at by the captain to immediately get to the top of the deck, as you guys scramble up the deck, Greckles, you're first because you have the greatest move speed.
Okay.
You run and dash up to the deck, and you see just glow all around the ship, like just surrounding the ship. As you hear like, "Ooh, ooh."
I'm gonna do an intelligence check if that's a whale.
Knowledge nature.
Manatees?
Knowledge. What?
Knowledge nature.
Okay, I figured as much. That is a 16.
Okay.
I want to roll too.
Not whales. Kind of whales. It's a lot of different sea creatures.
Wait.
As you guys run to the edge of the ship and you look down, you see these bioluminescent, almost like manta ray-like creatures. They're basically like manta rays, but they have like limbs to them.
Oh, it's a weird looking fish. It's glowing.
Captain, should we be worried?
No, they're completely harmless. It's very neat to look at. And as you look, the entire expanse of the ocean is just glowing with these different manta rays that are currently diving beneath and like revealing themselves.
Captain,
they come out. Oh, go ahead.
What are they called, Captain?
Moon rays.
Oh,
Oh.
that's neat.
Hmm. They only usually appear during full moons, and he points up to the sky where there's in fact a full moon.
Are they intelligent?
Not particularly. I mean, you can't hold a conversation with them. They just, they're like a fish.
Task
Well,
kind of like holds up his bow and arrow. Like, would anyone be remorse if I hunted one?
The right
Well,
kind
I-
of. I mean,
They're pretty big, aren't they?
They're about the size of Borky.
Oh,
quite large.
I repeat the question.
I don't know.
Clarence is kind of like, I don't know. Most of the men never really did that on the ships.
If it's taboo, very well. Puts the bow away.
He just shrugs. He's like, I don't know.
Oh, it's
They kind of
nice.
breach the waves and go underneath as you guys kind of just float gently along.
I want to put a talent out to try and pet one, but I realize we're too high up.
If someone wants to hold on to you, this would be the part where you could probably jump in and swim.
Oh hell yeah! No, I'm doing it. No, cloak of the manta ray. I'm putting it up and I'm swimming. I'm swimming with the
He is the
manta.
king of the manta ray.
I am king of the
You
manta
have just
ray.
made Greckles nice.
That's fine. Quivers before him.
Yeah, honestly, like the captain's like, this is probably the safest you'll be because they're in such a large group. As long as you don't go too deep, you're fine.
Oh no.
Yeah, you jump in. The water's still cold. That you jump in with your manta ray cloak, and it's funny. You guys see all these large, glowing, moonlit manta rays, and you just see a blue one just kind of swimming by, like weaving between them. As you get a closer look at them, Greckles, they have these kind of like they have basically imagine a very sort of heavy four-limbed animal, like almost like a tortoise in a way, is basically stapled onto the top of a manta ray. Not actually, but like if the animals combined, it's kind of neat. They actually have these like legs that are kind of like tucked inside of them as they're being propelled by the actual ray part of their body as they're kind of weaving. You see some babies as well. They're kind of like darting around really quickly.
Do they let me pet them?
Roll a handle animal.
Okay. Now it's not aggressive. It's just like the slow, scuba diver hand out to try and soft pet. Let's see here. Handle.
Could your sleight of hand one into your cloak?
Oh my god.
Wait, is it? It's handle animal. Oh, animal handling. That's why I couldn't.
Animal
Yeah. It's up at the top.
That is an 18. Oh, that's 20.
Okay.
So sad.
You actually like grab onto the. Whoop! There goes my dice. You grab onto the side of it, and it just begins to like swim you along, like you're being trailed behind it.
That's so cool.
And then you eventually kind of steer yourself and like climb onto the back of it, and you're like basically riding on the back of it as it like. And you guys, as you guys are watching all these different rays, some of them are actually like leaping out of the water in this beautiful, like almost starlight style performance. You guys looking on the other side, you see as one breaches the water, and you see Greckles like riding on the back of it, and he begins to resubmerge into the water again. And begins to like lift up and down, in and out of the water. It almost appears that it's trying to get rid of you.
Oh,
like it's like,
okay.
what is
I'll
this
get off.
strange
I'll get off it.
Yeah,
Greckles will get off it.
not in a panicked way, but sort of a like, oh, I feel something on my back. Okay, go to the surface and get rid of it. Go to the surface and get rid of it.
Stab it.
Out of character, I'll say this. Oh, I can't believe we're in a Pixar movie.
I was about to make a Free Willy reference, but I'm like, no.
I was trying not to break the moment, but you're not wrong.
I'm sorry. I keep trying to break the moment. I'm just like, oh yeah,
Mhm.
fantasy of being able to fly.
That's kind of the point because
Yep.
that's. I'm glad someone remembers that. By the way, that's one of the big things on Greckles' bucket list.
I got you, fam. High
Hi
High five
literally
me, man.
loves riding on griffins and shit.
You never asked him about it. You never talked to him about it.
We haven't really had the time to.
Oh
bond
bullshit! We've had a
properly.
week. We've had a week on this boat.
You could say we've had a whale of a time.
I've found time to talk about tubs. You can find time to talk about that, Greckles. That's all I'm gonna
Seriously,
say.
you could have come and talked to me about the Kenku curse, but no, you didn't want to.
Oh my god!
And then meanwhile, there's panic. I kissed a dragon.
Yeah.
I swam with beautiful rays.
Yeah, they're very weird looking. They're like got this sort of awkwardness to them, but it's kind of like a manatee. It's kind of endearing in how weird they are.
Do they have any kind of like, I don't even know how to put this, like eggs attached to them or some kind of weird mucus or something like that?
Their skin is pretty tough, but there's no eggs or mucus. No, there's just the babies that are swimming around. That's the only other thing besides them themselves.
Okay. I didn't know if they had any like samples I could collect of any kind without hurting them.
Samples.
You
No.
laugh, but
No, he's pretty damn smart about that.
No, it's true. There isn't anything, unfortunately.
okay.
They're pretty
Alright.
solidly built.
I wanted. Can I please do a thing for flavor because I have an actual swim speed of 60. Can I want to have Greckles like go down just a little bit to get a good start and like breach and surface and like do like a dolphin kick and then like 3-point land on the boat.
Sure. Roll an acrobatics check.
Hell yeah.
Do the do.
Watch me goof it though.
No, you're good.
No, that's a
14.
14.
You
good.
launch out of the air and you're just like, this is so cool. And you guys watch as gracefully, you watch as Greckles like leaps into the air. You misjudge the distance and you just come crashing down onto the boat. You don't take any damage, but it's not graceful. You fall.
Greckles gets up from being faced on the boat, looks up. Task, I understand the sled now.
It's right. Just holds his hands out like, right.
Dude, freaking high five me right now. That was awesome.
You watch as they all kind of begin to disperse a different direction to the one that you guys are going, and Captain Clarence kind of just goes, "Well, I think that was pretty interesting. They migrate during the spring, so I was hoping we'd see them on this venture."
Very pretty. Thank you so much for letting us see them.
Mm-hmm.
Greckles with the hood still up is just like wistfully leaning against the boat side, watching them leave, with a slight tear in his eye.
The boat was a good idea.
The boat was a good idea. High five, Panic.
Guys, don't all say that something bad's gonna happen. You know how this works.
We should travel by boat everywhere. Honestly.
No.
Captain Clarence just laughs and he goes, everything's different every single time you go on a voyage. Some things are the same, but you fall in love with it." He gives a smile. "Anyway, you boys should get to bed, except for you," and he points a finger towards you, Task. "You're on watch now." Hey.
I'm getting up at the crow's nest.
Kind of gives you this like smile, like, "Hey, come on."
Getting up there.
All right, you climb up there. You guys climb up there. Well, one of you do. The rotations happen as usual. Let me see who's going to be present at that time. Borky, unfortunately, you can't do it. You can't fit.
Damn.
Yeah, sorry.
Can I
Remy,
just
it's
climb
again.
up and hold on to the perch with my...
Remy, you're on watch.
Okay.
Roll a perception check with advantage because of your ability.
Cool. So there's a thing to go. Come on, click. Hang in there, roll 20.
We believe in you.
23.
Okay. As the sun begins to rise, the ship continues forward, still in open ocean. As you guys have been traveling, it's kind of been, you've seen some coastal edges, but a lot of it's jagged and scary. Like, it's like if you were to drive a ship in there, it's like death. You're kind of in the open ocean. You see a few things, seafaring birds that you've seen to picked up on your way that are kind of like bobbing in the water. They get up and they land on the boat and kind of towards you before flying back and kind of diving in for fish. As it proceeds forward, the captain also makes his way to like the stern, where the helm is, and kind of situates himself there, kind of just like checking in on things. Like every day he seems to have a bit of a routine. As you kind of narrow your eyes, as the sun begins to rise, it's a bright red sky, like bright red. Knowledge nature.
Knowledge nature?
Mm-hmm.
Has blood been spilt this night?
You know what they say? The ancient
9.
sailor adage.
9. It's the sunrise. You don't know what it implies.
I know what it means.
And as you kind of squint and look at the sun, you kind of you rub your eyes, and as you look again, you see a small form beginning to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Off the bow?
Off the bow, yeah. I would say port bow slightly.
Okay.
As you kind of squint and you look, but you can't. Every time you try and get a glimpse of what it is, you're just kind of lost in the sunlight.
Captain, we have contact off the port bow.
All right. What form is it? And he kind of steps along the line as the boat bounces on the chopping waves.
That's a good question. I can't quite make it out.
Where is it?
Port bow.
What kind of eyesight do you have, son? Gods above, Uspa's breath. You guys, as you guys are sleeping down below, you hear the yelling.
You should say you have the eyes of a hawk.
Can I roll another perception to get a better look at it?
Yeah, you can.
Thank you. It's going to be a 24.
24. As it begins to get closer and closer, it just slightly looks like a ship of some kind.
Looks like a ship, sir.
Okay, let's see how close it gets and see who it is.
Can I identify... Oh, I was going to say, can I identify a flag on it?
No, not that far away.
Okay.
And in the light, you can't identify anything at that point, which is why he wants it to get closer. He kind of turns up to you, goes, All right, we're getting nearing Canary's Perch probably in the next few days, so not a surprise to see a ship. Hopefully it's not pirates.
That would be the hope.
You guys stand for about 20 minutes to half an hour as this boat begins to approach closer and closer.
Can I do a nature check on this guy?
Yeah, you guys can get up and you guys can...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you guys hear the shouting, so...
That's a natural one.
Natural one.
Can you roll
Wait,
for
nature,
me?
a nature.
That's an 11.
I know what it means, though.
Yeah, hi, welcome to my life.
I've had this hammered into my head by my dad.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't mean our characters know. though.
Can you roll
I
for
know.
Borky for me, Monty?
Yes, I can. Tass, you want to roll knowledge nature as well?
Sure, I just don't know what my stats are for nature.
Your
Is it a 7?
modifier for nature is a +1.
Mine's a -1.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
That's it's intelligence, so
I rolled a 12.
okay. Borky rolled a 16.
Of course, so a 15.
No, 16.
You-
Oh, that's with the -1. Jesus.
That's with the -1. So Borky
Oh.
rolls the highest out of everybody. Borky, as you kind of squint and look at the sky, you remember a rhyme when you were stowed away aboard that other vessel that you heard the pirates talking about. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. Red sky at night, sailors delight.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah.
That's not good.
It indicates a storm usually coming.
that,
And as the boat gets closer and closer and closer, you see as Clarence's face kind of shifts. He goes, "That's an unmarked vessel. Kiwi!" And Kiwi immediately rushes up and he's like, "Flag them! See what they're doing out here." You watch as Kiwi kind of goes up and begins to kind of wave these flags. And there's a bit of a pause, and Kiwi goes, "There's no response, Captain." As the ship gets closer and closer. Roll another perception check, Remy.
Okay, I was gonna ask if it looks like it's dead drift, but 21.
21. Not dead riff. It's definitely being manned.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're watching as a lot of the sails are being shifted around and changed. And as they're being changed, Clarence kind of narrows his eyes. He's kind of like really trying to figure this out. You notice as it kind of sets forward and it kind of makes its way out of the light, you see the front part of the ship is metal. And the moment you see that, Clarence immediately snaps to attention. He goes, "That's a ramming vessel. That's a ramming vessel! Ramming vessel! Everyone to positions!" And he immediately rushes all of you guys into position.
Yep. As soon as you said metal in the front, I'm like, well, we're getting rammed.
Yeah.
No. I have an idea. Captain, do you trust me?
His last words.
Captain, I have a plan, but you have to trust me.
Greckles pulls out the Tengu
fan.
fan.
Yep.
Whispers, "You could go guide my way." And then wafts it right at the sails in an attempt to try and get a burst of speed out of the way.
Okay. I need to check that item real fast.
Let's see here. There we go.
Okay.
Ooh, that's really cool, actually.
Okay. Okay, so it has a chance to tear into nothingness if you use it.
No. If I use it more than once a day.
Okay. That will push you guys 15 feet, giving you guys a little bit of a bit of a thing. I'm gonna roll a check for the sails to see if they can manage that amount of wind at once.
Oh boy, if those rip, we're done.
You're good. They don't rip. They do not rip.
Good call, by the way, Gaijin. Good call.
Yeah, good call. You immediately get launched forward. You guys get jettisoned forward as the ship begins to gain and gain and gain on you, this menacing vessel. While your guys could fit probably maybe 12, this vessel could probably fit about 50 to 70 people that is currently chasing you down. And you see Kiwi at the top that's like flailing these flags, and he's just screaming. He's like, stop! Friendlies! Like he just keeps yelling over and over and over again as this vessel gets closer and closer and closer. And then you watch as
How far away is it?
this now it's hundreds of meters, like hundreds of
Hundreds of feet.
Still no flags.
Now there's a flag. You watch as one of the main, probably propelling flags is raised up, and there is a symbol on it.
Okay.
For actually, all of you would know this. Roll knowledge religion.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, religion. That's not good.
Oh, religion.
13.
Whatever my religion
Oh,
is.
6.
13.
A roll for Borky.
Thank you.
13.
14
And
for
Borky rolls the
Borky.
highest.
+1 for you, Task.
So that's a not natural 20.
Not natural 20. Soft
Oh, there you
20.
go.
Soft 20.
Soft 20. Task, immediately the sense of dread just consumes you. That is the symbol of the United Clergy of Orin.
Oh,
shit.
no!
Down. As
I
you
knew
guys
it.
are propelled forward and more forward, the captain starts shouting orders to Kiwi, and like he's just like, why aren't they responding to us?
There's no reasoning with them.
They have an axe to grind with people like us.
Who
Oh,
are
God.
they?
The United
United
Clergy of Origin.
Orin.
Orin.
Oh, great.
Do you have,
Okay.
Mr. Captain? Do you
Yes,
have any magical items below deck that could be used to like prepare
we
us
have
for?
scrolls and healing potions and a robot. That's what we have.
Can we activate the? Is the robot fast?
No, it was being sent to be repaired.
Ah, damn it!
Useless.
If it's all the same to you, I think races who are not within their realm of their spectrum, we should get below deck and hide.
Where?
They tried to ram us. I don't think that matters, Task.
Yeah, it's true. They're getting close, and you do see now the ship just is really getting close now.
Are you sure? Like, I look up to Kiwi. You said they flagged you as friendlies?
No, I was trying to flag us. We're the friendly ones.
Okay, well, fuck that. I'm gonna look towards the ocean where the ship is in front. I don't know if it's gonna do anything, Monty, but I want to give it a shot.
Okay.
I'm gonna aim an arrow at the front of their ship near the water. I want to Pulp Ghoul. I want to Entangling Snare and Ice the water.
Okay. All right. Do a shot there for me.
It's worth a shot. I
Yep.
mean,
Roll a 20.
20 would
17 plus whatever my attack bonus.
17 plus your attack bonus will be Jesus Christ.
Probably like 4 or 5, something like that.
How are you getting that bonus? That's not right. You should be getting a +8, not a +10. Oh no, because of your special thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That hits. That hits. So I'm gonna roll for you, and I'm gonna roll the damage for you in here. Not the natural 20. That is going to be 10 plus 2. You want that to be ice damage, correct?
Yeah, the main focal point was I wanted that to be a sort of a halt or some kind of like
he
jolt
wants
in
to
their ram.
or slow it down at least so they can't ram us too well.
Plus,
Yeah.
it's also an entangling shot.
Yeah, you watch as you shoot it, and you watch as these vines of ice snatch up the front of the boat. Not enough to stop it, but it does slow it a bit. And as you see that, Remy, as you're kind of watching and looking, you see there are people on the deck now scrambling and moving. And you see now more boats being dropped off the side and currently being opened up their sails. Smaller vessels now approaching towards you. It
We
looks
have
like
Oh, go ahead.
it looks like the ramming has been at least kind of set back, but is still in motion as you watch as the different sails on the ship begin to shift and change.
They're going to attempt it again, but we might have a boarding party.
How far away are the ships that are undocking, and how close are they?
At the moment, they're about 60 feet or so away. And you see rising up, you see two forms on the most immediate boat. The other one's still just getting set up to go. You see a man in armor, and you see behind him a woman that looks like they is in some sort of robe attire of some kind.
Monty, I want to do something very, very stupid, but it might save our skins.
Hooray.
Is there just for the sake of levity? Is there anything on board, like an iron, what's the word? Like an iron shaft, like something I could drive into them. Basically, I want to go poke holes in their boat as they're going down.
Looking at this boat, the entire bottom part of it is like metal.
I'm talking about the boarding party boats.
Oh, the boarding party. Yeah, sure, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna go figure out if what I can find. Captain, do you have anything that could puncture a hole in the hull of the boarding party boats?
We have some pommels.
I need
I'm-
those. I need those immediately.
I might have a safer solution.
You can act as a diversion while I get sneaky.
Okay, yeah, all right.
As
Let's
you
do this.
guys are planning, you watch as the sails, like literally the ship stops and waits for you guys to make a distance. and immediately drops its sails to reinstigate the ram again, as the other ships are now approaching closer.
Do I have everything in my hand?
You do. You have basically a giant steel like bevel that's massive, and you have a hammer in your hand.
Greckles puts his hands together and chants, Shakai Jin Genjutsu, and immediately turns invisible.
Yeah, you turn invisible and you just disappear. Just know that if you ever make like an action or an attack action, you will come out of invisibility.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna put the hood up, go under, and I'm going to do my best to sneak past them and start putting holes in their boats.
You start to go and you swim, and as you do, you reach the underside of the boat. You guys watch as Greckles disappears, as the captain is barking orders to Kiwi, trying to loft the sails to at least buy more time. As the smaller boats kind of being lighter, obviously, which makes them easier to bore holes through. As you're underwater, you kind of hear a startled scream, and you begin to see as you kind of jab the knife through. There's like knife goes through. I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay, saving throw.
He's in the water, right?
He is,
Yeah.
but a giant
23.
metal spike came through the bottom of the ship. As you like go and you spike your fifth hole in there, a sword comes right down, just barely missing your chest in the center as you kind of back your body away.
I immediately leave to go to the next boat.
Okay.
All right. Seeing that they're now trying to stab Greckles, I'm going to clasp my hands together and I'm going to shoot out an orb of pure darkness as I cast darkness.
Okay.
On the other boat that he hasn't gotten to.
Okay, you watch as the other boat becomes completely covered in darkness. Does that travel or does that stay in one place?
Can you click
a 15-foot sphere for the duration. Wait, a point I choose within range.
Okay.
So I don't think it moves.
Yeah, it doesn't move.
But it's just to distract them with something while Greckles does his thing anyway. So I'm gonna aim it like slightly in front of them so that they sort of move into it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. You do cast the spell, but as you do, you see just an equal amount of light appear as you watch the cleric that's there. They're gonna spend their channel divinity to remove that.
Borky has been he got on his knees and he actually has Ronfault at in front of him. He's been trying to, in this moment, calm down and talk to Ronfault real quick here to find out what Ronfault can do as a sword. Because Borky's never asked. Borky just is simply, he's just been trying to focus, trying to ignore everything happening, all the madness around him. Borky's trying to focus and just speak with Ronfault and commune with him in this one moment.
You have been met with an enemy.
On the ocean, a much larger enemy. Much more than we have. I ask you this, Ronfault. The blade that you are, the good blade that contains your power, what can you do?
I am of no help here. But I can command the skylight winds to protect you for a short time if you so need. So by asking, you now have access to Western Sky's Howl. Channeling Ronfault's ancient storm energy, you can surround your body in a whipping mist to throw off physical attacks against you. This does not work for ranged attacks.
Okay.
Once per day, you can spend your reaction to impose disadvantage on an attack against you. This ability recharges after a long rest.
Okay, I'll have to write that down.
Thank you,
Instant
Ronfault.
fucking... Dude, that's fucking great. An instant
That's really good.
disadvantage on any attack on you.
That's
Yeah, it's
just
you can only use it once per day though. So
Yeah,
But it's a reaction, which is cool.
yeah, it's a reaction.
All right, so Borky just grabs the sword, but then he pulls out his javelins. All right, the fashion way doesn't work. Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Borky pulls out 2 javelins and just hucks them at the first ship that Greckles attacked.
Okay. The one that's currently kind of sinking.
Yeah, Borky just throws 2 giant javelins that way. I need you to roll that for me, though.
Okay, absolutely, I can do that for you.
Thank you.
All the while, it's like, Greckles is just, please distract them.
Okay. The first one is a. Who are you aiming for specifically?
I'm aiming for the cleric.
The cleric? Okay. As you aim for the cleric, the first javelin misses as the paladin next to the cleric lifts up his shield and it just pa-king and just shatters across it. The second one, the paladin takes. I'm gonna roll damage there for that. That's 10 points of piercing damage to that paladin.
Damn. Okay.
Which is not bad. At this point, though, now as you guys have kind of done your sabotage, the ship is now rearing and getting faster and faster. I need everybody aboard the ship, which means everybody but Greckles, to make dexterity, either dexterity or strength checks of their choice.
Dexterity.
Checks or saves?
Fuck's sake.
Saves.
Saves?
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah.
17 plus my dex save.
17.
12.
You're
I'll
good,
go with
yeah.
strength. 22.
Okay.
I need you to roll for me.
All right. I need to roll for you.
Yeah.
You're gonna go. I'm gonna say strength for you. I'm assuming.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, you got a 10.
Oh, geez, that was close.
As you kind of focus on Ronfall and you huck those javelins, the ship immediately, you hear this horrendous crashing sound of snapping wood and crunching metal as you watch as this ramming vessel smashes right into the side of the Green Gully. Captain Clarence lets out this horrendous scream as his most prized thing gets absolutely destroyed. As it gets rammed, the entire ship gets toppled over onto its side. All of you who save, you manage to scramble to the surface. Panic and Borky, you get pinned underneath as the entire ship is flipped onto its side, the hull now up on the surface. You are all gasping as you watch more and more men now descending off of the ship. And Greckles, you watch as the ship you put holes into, you watch as it sinks. But you watch as the paladin and the cleric are walking on the water towards you.
God damn it.
Good
the-
God.
The cleric has expended both uses.
How-
Of her
Hey,
third
Monty?
level spells. Yeah.
Question. You said that the big ship was made of metal, correct?
Not all of metal. The front part is.
That front part?
Yeah. Just for the sake of this, you guys watch as Borky, Kiwi, and Panic are flipped underneath the water. The rest of you scrambling as you watch more and more men now descending upon you, and you see on their chests the holy symbol of the United Clergy of Orin as they stride towards you. And that is where we will end the session for tonight.